And on
You
all that
finished
note,
it.
Yeah.
I'm a mother lover.
Let's jump into some shitty mist.
Shitty miss.
Shitty mist. Yes. You don't like my pronunciation?
Months.
Yes. Well. Okay. So, would someone else like to do the recap today? Because it's been 2 weeks. I want to know if people remember what happened last time.
You want to know what people remember?
I want to know if people remember.
Last time, hooey.
Can we do a group recap?
You can do a group recap whenever.
Yeah.
So all of you together recap, and when someone's running out of steam, just someone else pick it up.
Yeah, everyone say one word after the other.
Okay, one word. Emil, go.
Last.
And Leia.
Episode.
Oh.
Dreams. That's all I remember.
Off.
Last episode, dreams. Okay, right, jumping right into it.
Yeah. Well, not just dreams.
What else happened?
Ryan Reynolds.
Forget
Two words.
Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Last episode,
Well, no,
dreams, and then Ryan Reynolds.
Last
That's
episode.
pretty much it. I don't think anything else happened.
Oh, no. Hey,
Dreams
hey,
and
hey.
Ryan Reynolds.
we
Maddie
all
had
had
a-
really
Okay,
interesting-
seriously though, what actually happened? What happened?
And he had a great time trying to break into the archives.
She did
She went
indeed.
over to she went over to the university with the idea, there's probably like a single safe somewhere behind someone's desk. But it turned out to have like a proper archive, which she kind of successfully broke into, to the point, up until the point where things got supernatural. When two statues, one in the shape of a wolf, I
No,
believe,
There was two statues
and one a knight.
There was two statue heads, one in the shape of a wolf head, and one in the and then there was
Right.
there was just two heads that were
Two
on
heads.
display,
Yeah.
twisted into unnatural pain, and there was a giant steel statue, bronze statue, sorry,
That's the
that
one.
was walking
Yeah.
around, patrolling, monitoring everything else in the archive.
Yeah. Before she could break open the vault door that led to that, she was attacked with a big sword, and she had to get out of there because she wasn't gonna.
Oh no, that's so that yeah, you're talking about the other two statues. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Got you. The knight and they attacked you. Yeah.
So yeah, she got out of there, and then she dreamt about fucking Ryan Reynolds. The others also had some dreams.
Wait, okay.
And did some stuff in the morning. I believe, and do fill me in here because some stuff got surreal. We had.
Does each person want to fill in on their dreams?
That could actually work
Yeah.
better than me doing all that.
Because then we get their thoughts on what they dreamed. Dreamt.
Yeah.
Dreamt. God damn it. You meant to be an
Too
author,
late.
man.
You said
Fucking
it.
hell.
You said it.
Meant to be an
You messed
author.
up.
That's why your mother doesn't call you anymore.
Oh,
Yo,
no.
stop
Stupid.
open bakfiets. Stop open bakfiets. Of zo.
Ja, just. Stop lekker op een bakfiets.
Oi, no Dutch.
No Dutch
he
at the
wasn't
table.
gonna be able
No
to
Dutch at the
translate that.
table. No Dutch at the table, please.
Ned had a fun
Ned,
dream.
would you
Do
like
tell.
to, Ned, would you like to give us your dream?
I dreamed.
Dreamt.
You sure did.
It was pretty surreal, honestly. It was like me. It started with an RV, and then it turned into me Ned getting like a channel. He was on TV, but then he was on the TV. You see, there's a difference here. And there was this really weird guy with the remote, and he was not a big fan. And then Todd died, but for some reason Dante was still talking, even though Todd died. I'm gonna kill you. It's funny because it's true. And then I don't know. Just his mythos is getting a little bit more wild. And I moved houses to Nahia's neighborhood. And I am now the most famous person on the street.
Not hard to do in Ullmanoch. Leia, do you want to tell us what Nahia's dream was?
Yeah, we'll see if the clinical memory issues can let me do this right. Because I did not write it down like a fool. Basically, it was like, wow, life's going well. She had a family. She was getting like the things she wanted in life, and then it seemed to melt away. And if I remember right, wasn't there an old man? I could be mixing things up. Basically being like, you know what you are. I could be remembering wrong.
You're remembering right.
And that is, I'm remembering right. It was the I think it was the taxi again, right?
You were in the taxi and the old man leant round the back of the taxi and spoke to you.
Yep.
And he wasn't watching where he was driving, which is very dangerous.
I know. Oh yeah, they drove off a bridge.
He was blind, so kind of irrelevant.
Which is very dangerous.
Still not watching where you're going.
As far as blind, if blind people driving, it doesn't really matter if they're watching the road, really, to be honest. But yes, he did.
Yeah,
he
and then.
You. Is that everything? Is that everything that happened with Nahia? Why did the old man visit Nahia in the taxi?
That's a good question. Sorry, I've been fried last week.
What happened to Nahia last time she was in a taxi?
She did the deal.
She made a deal
with for Jasmine. And now Jasmine is, I'm gonna say MIA since we don't know. I'm gonna be a little confident because now Nahia is gonna have to. I feel like she's gonna probably have to face whatever Duncan wants to do with that follow up on that promise. So
you do know your stomach has started hurting. And from there, Elizabeth, what did you dream about?
Only the coolest thing ever, being yet another creepy wild old man. Was it the same guy who was seen in the theater opera house dream?
He was, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, again, a visit from an old white-haired dude. Who was, he wasn't doing it himself, but his lackeys were making mummies of living people, but the statues turned out to be, they were never statues. They were taking weird shit out.
You weren't really sure if it was lackeys or if he was showing you something. You're not certain about whether that was the case, but he
wasn't doing it himself.
He wasn't doing it himself, but he did bring you to a place where people were making mummies in the old-fashioned way, except they weren't making mummies, they were making statues, but they weren't statues, they were mummies.
Exactly, my point. And the guy was all big and said, oh, death is afraid of me and it's so easy to take, why not keep it, and you can live forever. But Elizabeth said, nah, I don't need that, thanks though. That's what Elizabeth dreamed of.
All right. Everyone's having a very good night. Dante, what did you dream of?
I would say the usual stuff, but it's not really every night that he dreams of it. He doesn't relish sleeping, because now and then in his dreams he sees his child die, sometimes in his arms. This time, he was drowning, and he saw the bodies of Ned and Elizabeth and Jasmine and Nahia and Celia and Kathy. And he decided to go deeper. He met the same man with the blind eyes and the whatever this is, whoever he is, he decided that it's smart to taunt Dante and tell him that he requires some entertainment. One thing that is becoming very clear, even though that he had this suspicion for a while since we finished our first case, one thing that is becoming very clear with the council coming into our view, with this person, whoever he is, with Grace and his machinations, that perhaps Dante was right, and there is a power struggle in this city, and there are people trying to grab as much power as they possibly can. The ways of it and the ins and outs, that's for us to find out. But he's not happy. Not that he usually is, but he's not happy that some force decides to use his pain to taunt him. He also sent two of his, well, whatever they are, down to the depths of his mind so they can recover memory for him, a memory of the name Gillian, because he heard Fear say that this Gillian wants Fear dead, therefore Gillian must know something about Fear. And he also found Elizabeth alive, which was a relief. And we ended on them two standing in the corridor of one of the buildings in the university, talking and deciding to go out.
Okay.
And sit down someplace else.
So we are gonna jump straight back into things, sort of midday of that day. As you two meet in that hallway. And each of you are the rest of you beginning to wake up and get along with the rest of your days.
Midday, it was in the morning.
Oh, so it's sort of mid-morning, sorry, that's my bad. I mean, you've done a class by this point, so it's, mid-morning. As you guys are talking and going over meeting later, the rest of you are either waking up or doing about your morning routines or doing your job, whatever it is that you are doing today. Who would like to do today's monologue? No volunteers? Ooh, who hasn't done it in a while? Leia, you haven't done it in a while. Leia, what's going on through Nahia's thoughts?
I mean, the first thing is that's a terrifying dream, and as she's waking up, I'd actually imagine she probably woke up when the dream, like, you know how, like, you'll wake up in a panic after a dream? I'm imagining that's what she went through. She woke up basically as soon as the car drove off the bridge and had to catch her breath and realize where she was. She wasn't in a car. The blind old man wasn't there. Even though it all felt so real. And she looks over. Kingston's probably, I feel like he's a heavy sleeper. He's dead asleep.
He's deep asleep.
I said,
There's this sort of the gentle
deep asleep.
sound of sort of wind coming out of his nose as he breathes, but it's not like a snore. It's like just a sort of deep breathing.
Yeah. So I feel like she looks over to him. He's asleep. The dog's asleep. It's at least things seem as they should be, and that's comforting enough for her to at least lay back and try to get back to sleep. And then when morning comes, it's almost a fight for normalcy right now. She's doing the missions with the group, which are obviously very not normal. And just to balance it, it's like she just wants the morning workout. She wants breakfast. She wants almost to pretend that she doesn't have to deal with this part of the world that she got thrust into.
Oh, what a pity for her. We cut across to Maddie. After the events of last night, what are you doing?
Well, Maddie wakes up to get some breakfast. Finds out in the morning itself that she has forgotten to get herself some bread for the morning. So she is gonna have to wake up with instant noodles. But hey,
The thoughts
life
of Ryan
sometimes.
Reynolds flitting on the edge of your thoughts. Just that dream so close yet so far.
Oh, it's so good. But yeah. And then she takes out, as she prepares some noodles in the morning, some ramen. She calls a good friend. Well, not calls a good friend of hers. She texts a good friend of her, to be precise, Seth. She messages him. Hey, you open this afternoon. I'm craving something spicy.
He sees it, and then almost right away comes the text back. Aye.
All right. And yeah, at that point, after she's had a breakfast, she is gonna move into one of the busier parts of town. What would you say would be? Yeah, what would you say would be a good part of town to do some pickpocketing?
Downtown.
Downtown.
It's
she's gonna go downtown.
It's more dangerous, but the more reward.
Well, she's gonna go downtown.
Okay.
And she is going to try and lift some phones off of people.
Give me a sneaking around.
Right.
This is counting as downtime, by the way, guys. This next section.
Hold on. Which section?
Well, this section we're going into now. This is all downtime.
The entire day, or the next few hours?
Until you guys decide to coordinate and go on to your next plan, pretty much.
Right.
Or until something gets in the way. It's up to you. You can take as much downtime now as you choose.
All right. I'm going to check free from the system.
Free from the system? That will definitely work.
Yeah. Let's see. Would Nerves of Steel help me out here? Since I have to keep my cool, act
I
as
will
if
say,
I'm not even doing anything.
Because the risks are higher in downtown, I'm going to say yes for this.
Alrighty.
But the consequence is also higher.
Yeah. Well, it's just those two, so let's sneak around. That's a 10.
That is a great success, right?
Yeah.
You spend the good majority of this morning slipping through the dense crowds of downtown, and there is an eclectic mix, but the majority of them are what you would expect to see in downtown. Rich, spoiled kids wearing designer clothes that are designed to look just messy enough, emulating the society that they're a bit scared to join. And you slip between them, your fingers sliding effortlessly into their pockets, or flipping around their wrists and removing their watches. And
well, I'm only going for their phones.
They're only going for their phones, right?
Yep. And each time
Perfect.
I get one of those phones, I immediately put it on airplane mode just to be sure.
Okay. You start gathering phones one by one. The majority of the ones you're getting are the higher end, brand new Apple releases and the Samsung releases and so on and so forth. You don't seem to get caught, and it's a while before some people start to notice enough that you decide to call it a day. Your pockets are filled to bursting with
love that.
at this point.
Yeah, sweet. And I'm gonna make my my way over to a place where I've stashed my my bag, a big duffel bag. I'm just gonna shove all of them in there, and gonna make my way towards Burger City.
Okay. You head in there, find your hidden duffel bag, begin to stuff the phones in one by one, and majority of them are like I said, pretty normal phones. Some of them have sort of glittery
Sweet.
cases and stuff on them, but nothing's particularly special. And you head on your way to Burger City. What is everyone else doing with their morning?
I can say, I almost said the wrong character's name. That would have been a little wild. Nahia, like I said, she's trying to keep things normal. I think she's really going with the flow. She's following what Kingston and little Terry are doing.
Okay. Kingston's going to get up relatively early. You both get up pretty early. You're professional athletes. The first thing he does immediately is goes out and starts making a healthy, protein-heavy breakfast for the both of you.
What athletes need.
The amount of eggs that are consumed in your house is quite
Horrible.
substantial.
Yeah.
As he goes through cooking all those, he then proceeds on to a gym for the majority of the day, and then after that he's sort of like wonders if you want to head out just for a walk onto the town, round the park up by the rest of the Lakeview houses and check things out.
She would agree to that. Get some good air.
Okay.
Just go out, get out of the house.
And with that, you put Terry on a lead and head out into the richest part of Ullmanoch, which is saying much. As you
It's still something.
As you walk down through the various lanes, it's a very green area. Sort of lots of green spaces between the large mansions that make up most of this area. I will say that you can tell that it's probably quite beautiful when the sun's out, but once again, it's a rather grey day. Sort of the dew on the grass is quite thick, and the second Terry runs over it, he comes back with like his water up to his belly from running through it. But apart from that, it's a nice walk, and it's pleasant. Are you doing anything specific as you walk?
Not right now, I don't think so.
Okay. Are you talking to Kingston about anything specific, or just chatting nicely?
I think just chatting. Like I said, I think she's really trying to feign normalcy.
Okay. And it is a normal walk. What is everyone else doing that morning?
Man, can you tell me if I can do this? But I wanna have her as she's walking see a bunch of moving trucks, and watching Ned like the airport again.
You can absolutely, as you're having the sort of the height of your normalcy, walking along Nahia, Kingston sort of puts his arm around you and he's walking with Terry, chatting away to you about this player or that, and complaining about the cold. You look ahead and you see that one of the houses beside the lake has several large moving trucks outside it, and as you watch in disbelief, Ned Halford.
I think at first she would pause because she did not expect Ned.
Well, how are you dressed in the morning, Ned?
Oh, Ned. Well, it depends. I woke up in the hotel and I'm still in my first day of moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume he's in the suit. Maybe has a umbrella if it's raining. Is it raining?
It's not. It's sort of like very tiny drizzle, just like barely even there, just like almost a mist, quite little.
Okay, so ironic. And then so he doesn't have. He's just in the suit. I'd say if you caught him earlier during the hotel, he'd probably be outside in a bathrobe and slippers. But you know. But yeah, he's not like super well kept. He's just in the suit. Like the tie is a bit undone. There's like specs.
Okay.
I think if she sees him, she's gonna call out to him.
What do you say?
I think it's just she's like Ned. Big question mark. Exclamation point.
It's you. What's up? How's it going? I'm your neighbor now, apparently.
I was going to ask, since when are you living in Lakeview? I thought you were more in the city.
He checks his watch. About 2 hours I've been living here.
She just kind of nods and she goes, well, I mean, it'll be wonderful to have you as a neighbor, right?
It's always wonderful to have me. Hey, no hard feelings about the whole death.
What does he mean, death?
She's like,
What was
no.
what the? I'm sorry. Nice to meet you. I'm Kingston.
Oh, hello. I remember seeing you a few times on the TV, I think.
What? Oh, you're a rugby
What?
fan? Eh?
Oh, me no, but I have a friend called Todd, and he is a massive fan.
Ah, yes. I can imagine you're not much of a rugby, but okay. I have to be
Yeah.
honest. I have not seen much of you on the television. I know you are
Well,
famous, but I did not know
uh,
my fiance knew you.
oh, I'm on a bit of a break right now, a little vacation. Um, I met your fiance at a she was at a bar, and the bar is now closed, and that's what I meant by death. The death of the bar, because the bar is closed.
Right. He sort of looks at you like, why didn't we talk about this? Slash,
Hmm? Well, nice to meet you, neighbor.
it's wonderful to meet you. It is wonderful to meet you. Takes his hand out and shakes your hand, and his hand is like iron grip. He's just pure muscle. You can see there's not a shred of fat on this guy. And as he shakes your hand is crushed in his grip. And then he takes it back.
Quite the grip you got there, sir.
Yeah. We all have to be good at something, eh?
Or you could be like me and be good at everything. What I want to do is I want to know. Tell me if I have to roll for this, okay? Is the statue of Alex Piper already in the house, or is that something that I have to use my downtime to get?
Oof. I'm not gonna make a roll for that. How did you proceed about getting the statue to here? Were you careful? Were you?
The way I had imagined is basically there's moving trucks for all the stuff, and then because it's so heavy, there's one separate entire moving truck that only has that, and it's covered by like I don't know cloth or something, but so that it isn't like you can tell it's a statue, but you don't know what, and you just know it's way heavier than a normal
And it's covered in
statue.
cloth. Yeah, that definitely.
It's
So
like
that's being
and
unloaded at this moment. You think?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so can we just say at that moment, like I say that sentence, it like tips over and I go over to help it because I don't want to continue this conversation with this guy. I feel like he's gonna challenge me to a duel.
He
Um,
as Ned leaves, Kingston sort of looks at you, Nahia, and goes, "So, you know Ned Halford?"
I think no is a nice way to put it.
It's fine. I have drinks with Julia Roberts on the side. I just thought you might know, but
She reaches out gently, like touches his shoulder, but not like, you know how when you touch someone's shoulder, it's either you can do it in kind of a push away way or like a come closer kind of way. She does it in the kind of come closer kind of way. And she goes, a lot has been going on, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't know where to begin. I just need you to trust me.
okay. I trust you.
She slowly nods. She's like, maybe I'll be able to explain someday.
Don't need to explain. If you need to explain, you need to explain. If you need to talk, you need to talk. If you don't, you don't. Takes your hand and keeps walking. What is everyone else doing with their morning? Let's cut to Elizabeth and Dante as you see each other in the hallway. And agree to a date. Oh, I'm joking.
Yeah, we agreed to go grab coffee, or at least one of us would grab coffee. Since we both ditched our classes.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't use that verb, but yeah, sure.
Basically the thing.
Gave them a day off for the sake of their own mental health.
Exactly what I said.
I don't think there's much to say after the last thing we said. We'll just quietly walk out. And as soon as we walk out, Dante will just turn and say, any preference to a place?
Yeah, I have a place I like to visit.
Lead on.
You sure it's fine? You don't have any other pressing plans for the day?
Dante takes out a cigarette, puts it in his mouth and says, well, there's a call I need to make, 2 calls, and the second one might result in something, but I can put it off. Let's go.
We have not established names for some of the places around town, but I'm pretty sure that there's at least one kind of coffee shop, cafe near university area that's not too busy. There's still some people. It's not like deserted, right? You can easily sit there and just blend in.
There's a very good coffee shop that's a mix between sort of a coffee shop and then also has a bar part to it, but it's sort of like an artisanal way of doing it. And they're quite nice, as in they're a larger establishment, but they seem to keep their integrity in the midst of being one of the more popular student bars, and they've sort of kept quiet, especially during the day when all the students are there.
The question I have is, do we have to cut through like the park and the campus to get there?
You'll have to cut through from where your building is. You have to go through the campus to get out of the campus.
So while we're going through the campus, Dante wouldn't like specifically look out for his students, but if he notices some, he won't turn his head. They'll like take in what they're doing, just like quietly take in what they're doing.
Because it's a drizzly day, you don't see many of them. You see one of your students, sort of a dark-skinned girl who you're not sure you remember the name of at this moment. She's sort of huddled beside the bus.
How dare you?
Yeah, I can't think of a name right now. Give me a second. Huddled beside the bus with her coat around her, as she's waiting for a bus. But apart from her, you do see a group of several, around 4 or 5, sitting beneath the covering of what is... it's called the Box, but it's like this university building that's where it's like the 24/7 opened building for studying. It's got like study spaces inside it. It's got like an integrated coffee shop and it's all that sort of thing. And you do see 4 or 5 of them sitting outside, talking amongst themselves and looking over notes you can see, and they're sort of mumbling to each other. It's also interesting because you notice none of them are very similar to one another. They all seem to be quite an eclectic mix. Especially they're not the ones that usually sit next to each other. They're not usual friends. They're
very good
people who are clearly with each other.
Very good.
Out of a specific region.
So the work is progressing pretty all right. Okay. Dante's not going to draw attention to them or anything. He's just going to keep walking.
Okay.
I think not a lot will be said on the walk there. And I think Elizabeth will not keep an eye out for her students, but she'll watch Dante keep an eye out for his, even though he tries to hide it.
It's not noticeable.
The coffee shop,
noticeable, mate.
The coffee shop you're going to, by the way, is called Syriinx Tap.
Nice.
Mm.
Fear was right. Sorry. Yeah, once we get there. What does Elizabeth do once we get there? This is your one.
Yeah. What does Dante want to drink?
Black tea, no sugar.
All right. Think Elizabeth will order for the both of them.
You step inside. It's warm in here. Almost a little bit too warm, but like a cozy warmth. There's a whole bunch of like really nice antique sofas and stuff, and like armchairs that have been rescued from various time periods. You're guessing. They're a little bit ratty, but they're warm and comfortable. Behind the counter, there is the coffee machine and the various taps for beer. And there is a very tattooed-looking man with slicked back hair, sort of a tattoo of a flower on one edge of his cheek going down to the side of his throat, who's busy making coffee and with earphones in.
All right. I think once it is their turn, Elizabeth will order Dante's black tea with no sugar in it. And will order coffee with milk and sugar for herself.
Okay. It comes through quite quickly, and he doesn't see, like, you say it to him, and he doesn't respond at all. He doesn't sound like he's listened to you, but he does it without, like, responding to your voice or responding to your actions. He just does it. Takes your money, gives you back the right change, and you slip off back to your area. You find yourself in a nice, comfy little alcove with your coffee and your tea between you as you take a seat.
Cheers.
Yeah. I think it would have been noticeable that when they step inside and when they're waiting for their drinks, that Elizabeth is kind of scanning the area, like scanning who's inside, and definitely taking note of everyone that's inside. Not too long, but just like...
You will definitely see at least 2 of your students in here. It's built on a tiered system, so there's like it's 2 floors, but it's quite cleverly built with like it's got like a staircase leading up the center of it. Like I said, very artisanal, very like cool. And you can see like several of your students have been like, I don't just want to be artistic, I want to be artistic in front of people. So I'm going to get coffee and my apple, and I'm going to write my novel or paint my picture in front of everyone. And they're doing that in the Turing tab, and you can see them there. And
they're painting.
There is a girl who's so one of them's writing away on their apple. The other one is a girl who's sort of beside the radiator, and she's looking out over the city, and she's just painting to herself.
Not gonna say anything about it. Just gonna take note of who it is.
Oh yeah, you recognize her. It's the same girl who didn't really know what to do with herself when you told her to leave.
All right. Well, who am I to judge at this moment? She's gonna take Dante to sit like more on the upstairs area and hand him his black tea with no sugar in it.
Cheers. Dante just sits down.
Yeah. The stereotypical holding my cup with both hands as if it's the only thing keeping me warm right now. That's basically the position Elizabeth is in right now.
Yeah. Dante's sort of reclined. He's not drinking tea yet. He's just regarding the surface of it. He's waiting for her to start, basically.
There's gonna be a silence for like a few seconds there before Elizabeth realizes that she has to start the conversation. Allison was really happy when I said that someone may come over.
Right. You did that. You did that yesterday too, by the way. Said her name.
Right.
I notice you don't do that in front of everyone. And I hope that's just, I don't know, a sign of trust, maybe? Because, as I told Nahia, dropping the names of loved ones in the company we keep is not a smart thing. Sorry. Carry on.
At least now I know what the wheels turning in your head actually sound like. Because, you think a lot, and it's not always obvious about what exactly.
I have to. I'm the only thing she has.
I'm sorry,
You don't have to be.
but I am, about what I said about your little girl.
You were honest. I appreciated that.
Yeah, well, there are better times, to be honest. Despite what you may or may not think, or what any of the group may think, I'm not against social contact. I know how to handle myself in a conversation.
I know.
Just... I choose not to.
I know that too.
Again, the wheel's turning.
I've surmised a bit. When Grace asked you under the fountain, rather, he offered you under the fountain when we first met to preserve your marriage, I thought, what an odd thing to say. Is this woman really keeping her wife close to herself against her will? And then I think it became clear to me yesterday, but when we were standing in front of Donnelly Man's, I tried to look at what you were doing, and the thing that, as you put it, follows you, it didn't like it. So it tried to destroy something that I hold close and dear. It didn't manage. It only damaged it slightly, and I can mend it. I know I can because, well, I'm good at what I do. But I understood. And yesterday, when we talked in your lecture hall and when I saw you in the cemetery, I sort of put two and two together. You don't get close to people because you're afraid you'll hurt them in some way. And the only person you're still close to is your wife. Then you're afraid that that connection will be severed by the thing that follows you.
I used to be an apprentice back in Germany. After the tragic death of my parents, and after that, the family keeping me safe, I moved and I became an art apprentice. I think that was the time when I realized that I could not choose what happened to the people I hold dear.
I see. I don't
And
think any of us can.
no, yeah. I mean, fate does have a strange way of working. But when I said back when we first met up at the fountain, I'm truly sorry that you were all put in a group with me. Because
I'm not.
while we can't choose what happens to those we hold dear and those who are close to us, seem to have a very, very knack for getting people close who then leave. Not in just they walk away. They end up 6 feet under.
Dante doesn't say anything immediately. He just looks at it for a little while. Taps the side of his glass, takes a sip, puts it down, says, "First, I think the only person left in the group I can remotely rely on. Second, it wasn't you. The King's Oath wasn't you. I don't know who it was. I don't know how. I don't know if fear was taunting us, asking about Joseph's daughter. I don't know if something else happened, but if you look at the newspapers, we may have a witness." There's a stag spotted near Tomb Street. Same one who's been in newspapers recently. Covered in mud. You know any place in Tomb Street has mud?
No.
We need to find that stag. We need to find the man who wants fear dead. We need to understand what's going on. It wasn't you, Elizabeth. Whatever happened to Jasmine, she was secretive, selfish. She never really...
She was a bad person, Dante. You can see it. She was a
She was a
bad
murderer.
person. She was.
And after you drove away, there was a man in a specific type of uniform. He wore a trench coat with a insignia of a thorned rose on his lapels and a flat cap. He approached us and said that 5 of his mates also died in King's Oath. Later, Nahia filled us in that those people are called the Council, and they look after the more dangerous elements among us, i.e. Jasmine. So, whatever the fuck she was involved in, it was due to the shit she was doing. It's not on you.
But then again, who are you? Who am I even to say that this would have happened if she hadn't gotten involved with the group? With me in the... I'm not...
Are you the center of the universe? Is that it? Every bad thing happens because of you.
I knew it
You
was
have
going
to
to
let
sound
yourself
like that.
off the hook. You have to. You still have someone to take care of, you know. And she needs you. The others, they don't get it. You and I never had a choice. The minute we were approached, we had to say yes. Halford can fuck off back to America. Nahia can go play to another rugby team. Jasmine, I don't think it was ever about her mother for her as much as it was about herself. But you and I never had a fucking choice. We have to do this because we have another person in our life who means everything to us.
And with that, I'm going to leave you there for the moment. I will jump back to finish that conversation, but for the moment, we're going to cut to a close-up of a hamburger being flipped and as it begins to sizzle. The man opposite the hamburger, spatula in hand, held before him like a weapon, as he battles with the breakfast of the day, is dressed in a long tracksuit. He has blondish hair and crooked teeth, and a rather amiable face to him, though he is staring at the burger with some uncertainty, like it might betray him. As he looks at it, there's a ting on the door as it opens, and he turns around with a flicking the spatula towards his face, like, "Oh, that's you!
Yeah, good
How's it
morning to
going,
you.
laddie?"
Sorry, what was that? I
How's it
missed that.
going, laddie? How's it going?
I don't know, I'm all right. Just coming by for just a quick talk, quick snack. If you know
Right.
what I
What
mean.
kind of thing you're looking for today?
Right, I was thinking on something spicy, something that will, something that you will feel the day after.
I know what you're looking for.
Mhm.
He scratches at his chin, and behind him you can sort of begin to get the smell of burning meat as he's losing attention on the burger. It seems that this is a man with a natural talent for being bad at cooking. And as he sort of turns away, he's like, well, I don't know. Oh, shit! And he turns and he flips it again. Comes back. To be honest, things have been a bit complicated since, the lions got involved. But I've got a few things that you might find that are quite spicy. To get a
Right.
taste, I mean. Hopefully they're not too spicy.
Right. Mind if I go take a taste in the back then?
Oh, yes. Oh, sure. And he sort of looks at the burger, and you can see by now it is a sizzled, blackened mess.
Yeah.
And he just sort of scrapes what's left of it off the ground. Fuck that.
Can I have that one?
Oh, you sure?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I
And you
don't
see
like
the
breakfast.
customer who's sitting at the counter is sort of like in the midst of a dreadful hangover, and he's sort of... It doesn't seem to see that he would matter how long it's going to take. He takes the remnants of the burger and slaps it onto a paper plate and slides it towards you.
Yeah. I'm just. I'm gonna eat it.
You begin. It's not good.
Roll face danger.
Yeah, Seth's place is not known for its food. He takes you round through the back, ditching the apron and revealing a tracksuit set beneath, complete tracksuit top with matching tracksuit bottoms. Seems like this person definitely sort of doesn't like wind. As he begins to takes you past the main door and leads you down towards the basement. As he gets down towards the basement, the thick smell of cooking grease and fat fades instantly, being replaced with a cool, clean smell. He brings you down with a thin taste, with a thin hint of oil, gun oil. He clicks the light, and there's a buzzing as the lights come on with a flicker, one by one. And there are several things in here, mostly what is allowed in Scotland. Rifles and shotguns and that sort of thing across the wall. He does supply to the people without firearms license occasionally to who want to do hunting, but the majority of the people he supplies to are people like you, people who want something that's a little bit more off the books. You're not sure how he manages to get it, but he comes up a couple of minutes later with a large case that he opens, revealing several pistols. couple of them he takes out and begins to check over and places them before you, one after the other.
Those are lovely, but...
They're 9mm Browning pistols.
Right. I was thinking of
Old,
something
but good.
bigger. I was thinking of something more explosive.
Explosive? My God.
Right.
My God, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Wait, what kind of thing are you thinking about?
I'm thinking something that could blast open a huge fucking vault door of office hinges.
A huge fucking vault door.
I mean, if it takes some time
He
to
takes
get...
up the pistols and he goes, "These are not going to stay for long. If you're looking to
No.
buy, they're the finer sort, but
I'm
I'm
still
not
having
one
fun with
to-
Amelia.
Very well, fine." Slips the pistols in one after the other and closes the case and slips it away. He comes back several minutes later, after you can hear him rummaging around at the back, and several bangs and swears as things collapse. And he comes back with a very faded old sort of wooden case. He pulls it open and pulls out a Thompson machine gun that he puts to the side and goes, "Sorry, no, don't worry about that. That's from the war. That's from the war." And he moves aside and begins to take one after the other several World War II era grenades. Once again, you have no idea how this man has managed to procure these, but he puts them out one after the other and closes the case with a snap. He goes, "That's about the most I have. Now, blasting open a door, I'm not sure about that. They're better for killing people. But that's the most explosive I would have. You're looking for dynamite. That's all wrapped up with the king at the moment, and I'm going to have to charge a hefty price for those. Those are the only explosives I've got."
You might be able to get your hands on some plastic explosives, perhaps?
All wrapped up with the king.
King. Is this something I have heard of before, the king?
You have, but generally it's spoken with a hush. The king, the Lion Lord, the one-eyed master, is a guy who rules over the center of the city. He's a bit of a gang lord, and he's been getting more and more power in recent years.
Ah, fuck. You know, anyone...
The one thing you do know about him is he hates being called the Lion King.
Ah, all right. You know anyone at least slightly trustable?
I thought you were great at ripping through stuff yourself.
I am, but I'm gonna need something a bit faster than that.
I'm not sure. I know there's some professor in the university who's meant to be quite good with explosives, but he's a crackpot. Crazy. Completely out of his mind crazy.
Well, that sounds even better than a regular one, if you ask me.
I mean...
Who are we talking about?
He's called Dustin. Just Professor Dustin. Professor of chemicals and some other sort. I'm not a student, so I don't know what they call chemical study. Is it chemistry, something like that? But
something like that.
He's a professor of that kind of thing, and his word is a wee bit insane. And now I don't know if he's been taken up by the king as well, but it might be worth looking up with him.
That's an interesting thought. A Tommy gun.
Yeah.
How much were you thinking of that one? I mean, I might have to save up for it. It's a lovely example.
This was brought back by my granddaddy during the war. He killed a lot of people with it, I think. He was not a nice person. Actually, a terrible person. Horrible human being. But good taste in guns. And now this.
Say so.
It's not a bad one as far as things go. You looking to buy?
Maybe if I might have to save up for it a bit, but it's a lovely.
So one of a
little thing.
kind. I'm gonna have to ask around about $4,000 for it.
Maybe.
I
Might have a
mean,
couple of
you know,
races coming up.
machine guns in this part of the world,
Oh,
not exactly
tell me about
accessible.
it.
We're not in America here.
But that's part of the excitement, you know.
You don't get caught
Anyways,
walking around with this, eh? You'll be strung up by a noose for Christ. Well, you won't be strung up by a noose, but
no,
you'll get in trouble.
I'll know what to do with it. But how long do you think you'll be able to keep it for?
Well, I mean, I'll keep this forever. This is one of my
Oh.
ones. I'm not really in the mood for selling it properly, but you're a friend, and I know you'll probably end up dead, so I can always get off your copy then.
Well, yeah, that's you know what? Yeah, you'll have my word on that.
Also, I hate to be
Is that-
honest, but I don't think you can afford 4K, so
Give me a couple of, let's say, 2 month stops. Should be a few races coming up soon.
all right, okay. I'll believe you when I see it. And he takes the
All right.
Thompson and puts it away in its casing, and as he does, he sort of you see that he's got a bit of he's got like a small screen, very old TV, like one of those chunky box ones down here, and it's playing over some news stories in the background. One of them's being a break-in in the university, nothing stolen, everything's fine. And it cuts to a rather handsome, famous young man with glasses and a bow tie, holding up a handkerchief as dust spins from it, and he goes and the scrolling text just says, "Ned Halford, mad or on drugs?" ? And it cuts quite quickly off that story. Barely lingers on it. There's not much coverage at all, really. But you see it out of the corner of your eye.
All right. I'm loving that. All right. Well, in that case, I suppose that I'll see you another time, if not for business.
Of course.
Just hang out, you know.
You ever need something to bite to eat, or just a place to stay, or something to shoot?
Oh, I know where to go.
Of course.
Right.
He carries the. He's not a strong man. He struggles with the crate as he holds it out of sight. And you leave him there. Did you buy the grenades, by the way?
I did not buy the grenades,
Okay.
but before I leave and before I get back into like the restaurant part of the business, I give him a pretty new iPhone and I say, "Yeah, for your trouble."
Nice. I can play Pokemon Go on this. He picks it up.
Oh yeah, you might want to wipe that before you use it.
Oh, I got you. As he picks it up, you make your way upstairs, and you do see now that you're upstairs, the walls are covered with various, probably fake signatures of famous people who definitely haven't visited here.
Yeah.
And a number of war photos of crooked-teethed blonde men during the war. Probably did questionable things during that time. And as we leave there, Ned Halford, the movers have just finished off moving the last of the stuff into your house. The statue of Alex Piper has been put where?
Give me a layout of the house.
The house is it's two floors. It's got it was designed by someone who seemed to have like a bit of a fascination with like they wanted to create almost the feeling of it being castle-like on the outside without being like a castle on the inside. So it's got like a center tower that comes out the bit, which has got a bathroom in it upstairs and just sort of serves as an atrium below. There's a large, very spacious kitchen with a long table in it. It's got more of a homey feel than a super modern rich feel. You can tell possibly a family lived in here before, a rich family or family. The kitchen though has glass walls that look out over the pier, which has a couple of little tiny boats drawn up on it. One of them is like sort of been left so long it's like drooping in the water, possibly going down. And it has sort of an indoor pool as you go down further into the house. and nice, homey rooms with like bits of driftwood and stuff like that placed around them to make it look like home.
See, that like center, I think you like thing. I don't remember. It was like a pillar, right? Because
Yeah.
it's four. Is it a? It does it have like? Is it hollow? Okay, you can put stuff in there.
You tap around it. Give me an investigation check.
All right. All right. Okay. I think this would be a flat roll.
That is a great success, right? So I'm not because it's a flat roll. I'm just going to tell you the answer you're looking for. You tap around it, and it takes you a good while, but you do find that there is a secret entrance into this center pillar thing. And as you pull it open, you find inside vast collections of papers, seemingly worthless at first. But as you begin to pore over them, you see various numbers of accounts going back several years now that have been based over shores, and from a glance, you can see the numbers are definitely off. But there's space in here for a statue.
Damn. All right.
Seems like the person who owned this house last left in a hurry.
Oh, I see. I mean, I put the statue there. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the papers for now, but I will note there's something funky is afoot here. Okay. With my downtime, I want to know. I know you can like use your downtime to explore your mystery.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you do that with a logos theme, like reaffirm your identity or something?
I will allow you to sort of like reaffirm tell me how you do it, and I will allow you to reaffirm and recover your
I like to imagine you see this basically a montage, because it is a montage of Todd and Ned just being basically fucking children, like around being like they just jumping into the pool and like their underwear, just being like the type of shit you would see in a frat house, but just two guys, and they're like almost 40, and they're breaking in the new house.
What part of your identity are you reaffirming with this?
I'm reaffirming do you know who I am? I'm fucking famous. How could you hate me?
And reaffirm that?
Yeah, I wanna mark attention onto that with basically us just immediately kind of trashing the place as soon as we enter, because we're that fucking rich. And it's
yeah, I will definitely allow that. You go pretty mental on the house whilst also having a good time and jumping into the pool, breaking a number of things, including several sort of what look like once valuable family heirlooms. And as they shatter and you enjoy the moment with Ned, who completely turns off his phone and doesn't check his phone for a good while, which is something you haven't seen him do for a long time. You have a really good time. And as it comes to an end, you have felt a good easing of tension since the beginning of this game, really.
Does this house have rooftop access?
It doesn't, but you can definitely get there with enough. You can try.
Okay, we stack 2 ladders and go to the roof.
I'll allow that.
Yeah, and we're on the roof, and we're like, I don't know, sitting upside down on the roof, like, and it's just like kind of raining. Or just, I don't know, just drinking, I assume, like. And
it's not a sunny day as well, but you're sort of just chilling on the roof at this point. Your trunk's still wet, but you're wearing like shirts over, so you're fine. And as you sit there drinking, Ned just goes, Nitty, I think this next show is going to be a success.
I got a call recently. I think a bunch of people want to audition. I'm not sure who they are, what time they'll be here. I can call them back if you want, but
Uh,
that's for tomorrow.
yeah,
Right now we're on vacation.
fuck that, Nitty. Fuck that.
Yeah. I give him a bro hug.
As you hugging me, Lone Guy goes, "Did you ever think we'd get this far?"
I didn't even think I'd make it out of that small town.
Honestly, man, I thought you would ditch me for a better agent at this point. I thought you'd think he's got no fucking idea what he's doing, and go for like a big agency or something. But you stuck with me, and that matters.
They couldn't handle me.
I can't fucking handle you.
That's the secret. Well, to be fair, it's nice to be friends with someone as involved in my life. You're If I had to show up to work every day and do the classic water cooler talk, "Oh, did you see the game last night?" I'd get bored of you in a day. But you're my friend, and I'm like,
Speaking of which, did you see the game last night? It was rather nice, actually.
I saw Kingston and the street. He lives on this street. I told him that
Kingston
you're a
lives on
fan.
this street. You're joking me.
He was walking
Where?
by with his. He was
Where the hell
walking
does he
by
live,
with his-
Neddy?
I have no idea. I saw him walking his dog with his wife. She was like very tall and muscular. It was weird. Anyway, very shark-like. And I just saw him walking around. Apparently, he recognized me.
The
I told
key
him
flanker for the Ullmanoch Pine Martins is. I need to. Where does he live? I need an autograph right now. Can you give me an autograph?
Next time I see him, I'll be sure to ask.
He sort of slides back on the thing and just goes, "Jesus, Neddy, we're living the high life."
Yep, as high as it gets here in Omaha.
Oh, he's a hell of a player, I'll tell you that.
You know, I think he's part of that yacht club that's in this new zoo. We might be able to join that.
Oh, I don't
Meet
know.
him through
I
there.
don't know anything about boats.
I'm sure no one there actually owns a yacht. They all hire.
I mean, it's a
like,
yacht
drivers.
club. It's you got to have yachts in a yacht club, Neddy. It's what a yacht club is.
If you can afford a yacht, you can afford to buy.
Can we afford a yacht? I don't know how much yachts
we?
cost. I've never bought a yacht. It's not
Okay,
something you
hold on,
go
let me-
down the town to just buy a yacht.
Okay, I was not ready for all this yacht talk. We'll yacht on this later. Okay.
All right. Do you think he'd like to talk to me for a wee bit?
I'm sure he could use an agent.
I don't think I could manage a rugby player. All right. He takes his drink and he goes, "To the high life, Neddy." And he brings it
The high life, and Ned's bottle is upside.
splashes all over you.
Yeah.
And with that, you clink, and we jump across back to we jump across to Kingston and Nahia. What are you two doing with the rest of your day?
What are they doing for the rest of their day? That's a good question. I think she'd at least offer like a day trip somewhere. Like they get their morning routine, they get the walk done. She's like, "Do you want to go out around the town? Let's go do something fun."
We could go to the town, or we could head out into the mountains or along the river. We don't have to stay in the city, but we can do this too.
You know, dealer's choice. What do you want to do?
I'm happy wherever. Tell you what, okay, we will do the best of both worlds. We'll go to... There's a little town outside the city. How about we head there?
Sounds good to me.
Wonderful. I think it's called Kingstown or something, but it'll be nice.
It will be.
Okay, sounds like a plan. You guys head the rest of the way back. Get into the car. Are you bringing...
Do they walk past Do they walk past Ned's house again? Do they like double back or do they loop around?
You will walk past it. Yeah. At the point that this time as you walk past, there are various broken things lying outside in the yard now. And you just hear the sort of the half-hearted scream. So there's a scream, like echoing scream of "You know Kingston!" sort of coming off the roof as you guys pass.
She looks at him. She looks at Kingston. She's like, "Should we check? I feel obligated to check." No.
Do you want to check? Okay. Okay.
She's like, "You're too good to me."
Just never mind. I'm sure it will be
Define
okay.
check. What do you mean check?
Well, she was just gonna knock on his front door and be like, "Are you alive?"
Oh, okay.
As your glasses clink together, Ned and Todd, you hear a on your door.
Coming. You hear from the roof. Coming. 1 second. And you you hear a sound of metal falling down and a splash of water.
He's dead. He died.
No, but yes. And then can I have it that Todd opens the front door?
Yeah, sure. So Todd after he clambers down the ladder that you guys have put up, makes his way to the door and opens it. Nahia, you see in front of you a sort of rather shortish, middle-aged man with a thick mustache, a bit of a paunch going on, but he's sort of got a abundantly friendly face as he meets you, and he goes, "All right, there, how's it going?" He slams the door.
She's like, "Hi."
Nettie!
What are you doing?
Kingston's at the door!
He's at the door.
He's at the fucking door!
He's at the door. Okay, we've trained for this. I think I can't remember. I'm very sure. Anyway, let's. I believe the first step of the plan was let's open the door.
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. I can't open the door. My hands have turned to jelly.
Okay, hold on. I have a solution here. Ned takes off his tie, ties a blindfold around Todd, and then he opens the door and says the door is totally closed right now.
The door opens and you see Ned standing there, and behind him Todd with a blindfold of a tie over his eyes.
But Todd, hypothetically, if Kingston were to be behind the other side of the door, I wink at both of them. What would you like to say to this Kingston?
Don't toy with me, lady. Don't toy with me. It's not funny. The fucking door's open, isn't it?
No. Okay, the door's open.
He pulls it down. He's like, "It's wonderful to meet you. I just when you scored that, I just it was so good. And Kingston just sort of goes, "Yes,
He wants an autograph. Want to trade?
of course, yes, of course. Happy to for a fan. What shall I sign?"
His name's Todd.
No. I mean, what should I sign?
That man,
My
I
name's
don't.
Todd. I know your name. What will I sign now?
You see, his name's Todd. I don't think you.
No,
Okay.
Just get me a pen
No,
and a
I
piece
was
of
like,
paper, and I will sign something.
Okay,
I'll
take
get the paper!
Todd's. Oh, dude, Todd, can we? Okay, sure. Continue. All right. Ned pulls out a pen, and he's just like, he'll. There's paper in it.
Kingston takes the pen.
There's vicious cluttering in the background.
This vicious and after a minute he comes back with what used to be a family portrait of a couple of kids and a family sort of on the beach that's in a shattered picture frame. Kingston takes it, looks at it for a moment and just scrolls, "To my biggest fan, Todd, love Kingston," and passes it back to him. And
Nahia turns her attention to Ned and goes, "We were just on our way back and I saw the mess at the front yard and was hoping everything was okay."
Everything is lovely. We love the place. It's amazing. I hope you. Good luck dealing with us. Have fun, neighbors. Where are you going, by the way? Since you are looping back around. Pretty weird.
We were thinking about spending the day in Kingstown.
I wouldn't recommend it. Not
I hear
nice
it's a beautiful
time of year.
place.
I heard exactly the opposite.
Really?
Oh, what did you hear?
Well, I just heard that I don't know, I had a friend got robbed there or something like that.
Friend got lost. It is a tiny town.
No, not lost. Robbed. Mugged.
Robbed?
Yeah.
The place is full of old people.
I know, it was crazy. But that's actually the perfect place, because what are the old people gonna do? There's someone getting like they're too old. Can't stop them.
Fish. I mean,
It was a whole fiasco with a statue. Something happened there. I don't know. Yeah.
I've not heard of these.
Nahia's eyes light up in recognition when he says the statue thing.
And then it's just like every time, like, sorry to cut you off, but every time Kingston is like blinking or looking away, Ned is just going to Nahia's like.
I heard the TripAdvisor reviews are wonderful. They all say that it is very nice.
Nahia's suddenly like, I don't know, maybe not today, though. Maybe somewhere else. Maybe.
Okay.
The weather, the time.
All right. Okay. Maybe we go to the hills then, or the museum is meant to be nice.
I hear the museum's lovely. The same friend that got robbed, he found his wallet there on the floor. It was great. You should really go there.
He sort of looks at you confused and sort of goes, "I see why you did not tell me about him. It is wonderful to meet you, Mr. Halford. Have a wonderful day. Shall we?"
Nice to see you. Bye-bye, neighbors, and I like stumble, the door closed.
As you stumble, the door closed. Kingston just sort of looks to you and he goes, "I'm happy you've made friends. He's a bit weird, though."
The sentiment. Yeah. They say you can't choose your family. I've decided you can't choose your friends either.
Huh.
Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah. You can choose who you love. And he grabs you and pulls you close.
Aww.
As he keeps going. We are going to cut to Dante and Elizabeth. You guys are in the coffee shop. What are you doing?
I think Dante said the last thing, so
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Syriinx to say.
Yeah. I think I was kind of a deep thing that they just like threw out there, so I think there's gonna be a few seconds of just sipping hot drinks, with the murmurings around them. Last time I said I dreamt of some guy in the theater and that I found my bedroom window opened.
Mm-hmm.
I dreamt about the same guy again.
Peter?
He
In the theater?
No. In the hospital, the one where everyone ended up after that whole ordeal. The precise circumstances, well, I don't know if the guy was linked to it in any way or if he was just showing something, but the white-haired guy, the blind one, he was standing next to me, and in front of us they were mummifying someone. I say they because I don't know who the people who did it are. I don't know if they're connected or not, but they were mummifying someone. But it wasn't. They weren't creating mummies. They were creating statues.
I see.
I don't know if the guy, the old man, was connected to it, but he seems to think that he's some kind of god, some kind of person who deserves to have immortality and demand of other people to.
What a moronic thing to want. I saw him too.
Huh.
So none of this is a coincidence, and somebody's making a play. Lots of somebodies are making a play. He taunted me. I didn't appreciate it. They do that. Powerful people. They think it's cute to taunt people like us. But what it really does is just piss me off.
I think. I don't know if this is true or not, but look, and she leans in like a bit closer. Look, I think that although I don't know if they're connected in any way, it feels like the guy is somehow stealing, as far as I can guess right now, souls from people so that he can keep living himself. He mentioned it's something about it being so easy to take, so why not keep it? My guess right now is that he meant the souls of people, that he
Dante
somehow
sort
can.
of squints at Elizabeth while she's saying this.
He can somehow, I don't know, take them and in turn, because he takes them from so many, he gets to live that much longer. Practically immortality, if you think about it.
But he's bored.
Yeah, but despite someone being bored, doesn't mean that that person would want to die.
None of this really makes... Okay, let's focus on something that makes even remotely some sense. We're all in the middle of something. We're being manipulated to carry out somebody's bidding. To what end, we don't know yet. It's up to us to discover. But it's not all bad news. There's a glimmer of hope in this. Because if we are the tip of the spear, then at crucial moments we have a say. We just need to understand what the fuck is going on. It's important for us to understand what the fuck is going on. That's what Jasmine didn't want to hear. Mewling about her pub needing to be open when we were trying to discern what the fuck we got ourselves into. That's what nobody wants to hear, but we are in the shit deep. But it's not hopeless. We can still do something. I don't accept your apology, by the way. You meant it. Stand by it. You want to do something for me? Promise me if anything ever happens to me, if my so-called luck runs out, you'll recover my body. Don't let it just disappear like Jasmine.
You're really not afraid of death, are you?
No. I don't have that luxury.
It's the least I can promise, I guess.
Thank you.
I don't know if Jasmine is dead or not, but I want to find out.
So do I. But there are more pressing matters.
Right. She'll down the last of her coffee and sit back again. So you want to take that takeout to Tristan?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's going to be there this evening.
Don't
Or is
see
he
why
there
not.
around the clock?
All right. We're going to leave you guys there. What takeout are you taking to him?
Well, it's still not evening though. That's
Yeah, no,
kind
but I
of
just
what
want to
my
know
question
beforehand,
is.
like, what your plan is to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Does this have to be my montage?
We're getting close to a montage point, because we want to get
Okay.
the things moving relatively onwards at this point now. So I think the next actions are going to be quicker. So let me know what it is you're doing with your evening / the rest of your day.
Dante will just ask Elizabeth, meet up in the evening again?
Sure.
All right. Thanks for the tea.
Okay.
You know it's weird that you don't take sugar in it?
It isn't. Why?
I appreciated you when you said what was going on in your head. Just wanted to also say that. Don't worry about
Dante
it.
looks at Elizabeth for like 2 seconds, takes the tea, downs it, puts it down, and says, I'm a recovering addict. Sugar gives you a rush. I'd like to avoid it.
All right. I'll let him leave at that.
As you guys leave, the bartender, who hasn't been said a word to you guys at all as you're leaving, he takes an earphone out. He goes, "Hey, you guys want a beer before you go? Got a new craft ale in. It's called White Ferret. It's craft brew."
Nah, mate. Thanks.
All right, your loss. Sips an earphone back in, and you guys leave. As you leave the pub behind, we're going to do quite rapidly now the rest of your evenings as we go through. So, we'll start with Nahia. Nahia, the rest of your evening is pretty relaxed. You're going to the museum, are you?
Yep.
Right. You head down there. One of the six, it's right in the sort of the center of downtown. One of the sort of areas has been blocked off. Seems a statue has been destroyed there, and there's no one allowed past that point. But they do have sort of bits and pieces of what looks like some very very interesting art, and they also have a exhibition in at the moment, which is the art from across Mesopotamia. So various Greek and later sort of very early style art and statues and portraits and some stuff relating back to Troy. It's quite impressive as you make your way through, and neither of you really particularly know a huge amount about history, but you get it, and it's beautiful and it's enjoyable. And there's some more sort of paintings on display as well. You also see they've got a very small exhibit on a famous surfer who died recently, who did incredible like art films of him surfing that were quite famous. And as you sort of head through and observe it all, it's nice. It's a good day together. As the day comes to a close, you head out and have enjoyed yourself and relaxed and eased your mind, but the pain in your stomach is getting worse. Do you let Kingston know that you were hurting in your stomach?
Yeah, I think. What kind of pain is it?
Not like anything you've felt before. It's not a stomach ache. It's like a lingering sort of twisting feeling just right there in your stomach, and every now and again it gives a jab of pain, as if reminding you, as if giving you that slightest indication of you've done wrong, and it hurts, and then aizes.
I think she says something to him, but it's something very non-committal. It's just like, oh, I'm not feeling well. I think when we get home, I'm gonna lay down.
You guys head home. On the way, he stops by the nearest pharmacy and stocks up with absolutely everything to do with stomach problems. And you head home. Step inside, and he looks after you, puts you to bed, and that's the end of your day. Maddie, how do you spend the rest of your evening?
Well, I go back home to my my little attic studio, and I am going to take a couple phones apart, just pull them apart, keep all of the different, just toss all the different parts of it in my duffel bag, and I'm going to do some research. Gonna look up the website of the university. Gonna look for this professor, Dustin. See if I can find some info on him.
Right. Give me an investigation, please.
Yes, and I think I probably don't have anything to add to this one. Yep. So here we go. Just a flat investigation roll.
Oh no! Wait.
It's
Sorry.
an
This is working the case. So you just get 3 clues.
Oh, lovely. Well, yeah. In that case, I just get 3 clues. Okay. Can I find out something about his schedule, like when he has classes and where they are?
Yeah, you see that his classes are in another building called the Milas building. It's just outside the largest building that makes up the center. It's for the sciences generally. Named after a guy called Stephen Milas, who was a bit of an expert in science, though he didn't do anything notable. Too notable, that is. You sort of find out that his schedule seems to be relatively irregular. He has a schedule. It's on there, though it seems like the university is doing everything in their power to hide his schedule and his classes as much as possible. It seems like this individual is not loved by the university, and they are trying to get rid of him. And that what classes he has are very low attendance and very sort of... It seems he's not really turning up to them, from what you can tell. He's turning up
that is great.
randomly. You do know that from all of his... As you're sort of searching through, you do see a couple of familiar names pop up of other professors here that you recognize.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Can I find his email? Can I find his email?
His email, you do find his email. It's Dustin at gmail.com.
Okay, yeah. I'll go right ahead and send him a little email asking him. What am I going to ask him? I'll think on that. And I will also think on that third clue.
one.
So I'll put that. Yeah, I'll note that one down.
Okay.
I'll make sure to use that one relating to him.
Okay. What is everyone else doing the rest of their evenings?
I think before the evening comes. So I guess my montage is going to be going to Elizabeth's place.
All right.
Otherwise
Okay.
I'll
Well, then
just-
that's
I'll
quite
just-
a large
Otherwise,
one.
I'll just.
I think we'll
Yeah,
jump
otherwise
into
I'll
that in
just-
a minute. Then, yeah.
No. That's what I'm saying. I think that's going to be like I don't want to take too much time. Because
Yeah.
Dante would do stuff in the day, but I don't want to take too much time as a player. So the only thing I will do before
Let's
then.
have a 5-minute
like, on
break, and then
camera.
we'll get to
Yes.
that, and then jump in from there. Right.
Back in the saddle again.
What saddle?
The Ned.
What saddle where?
The Ned.
Who's back in
Ned.
it?
Neddy is actually also a term for a donkey, I believe, which is part of why I chose the name.
Well, you are an ass.
Yeah, that's why I chose the name. Like, I literally thought about that as I picked it. Yeah.
Them as neighbors is gonna be interesting.
I don't know. I feel like it gives me a new reason to be friends, even though I accused you of murder.
She'll remember that. She remembers that.
Yeah, but that's how it is. That's how it is now. You'll eventually accuse me of murder, which I didn't commit. I swear.
Just don't do it in front of her fiance. She's still trying to impress him.
Still
He
trying.
could probably do better.
What do you mean do better? This man is a pro athlete, and you are somehow bigger and more muscular than him. I feel like he's impressed. All right.
You're right. You're correct.
Bro, she can squat more than me at the gym. That's it. I'm marrying this woman.
That's it.
It's all it
That's
took.
actually why he proposed.
He proposed while the other hand was lifting a dumbbell.
That's it. That's just how athletes are.
Yeah, will you be the gains to my losses?
Yeah, that's exactly.
I have gains at the gym, and I have gains in my love life. Nahia, will you marry me?
Who are you talking about?
I'm doing Kingston's impression. I'm imagining that Kingston was impressed with her at like the bench press or something.
Oh,
He saw her
yeah.
look like, and then he was like, "I'm marrying this woman on the spot."
Yeah.
That's where it started.
She was
Yeah.
bench pressing a couple of other guys who were like standing on the weight end, and she was like,
Yes.
just like he was like, yes,
Perfect.
this
He's
is
like,
what I
"That's
want
it."
in my life.
By the way, we forgot Craig.
Fuck Craig.
Is Craig dead?
Craig is
No.
dead.
Right. What about Craig?
Craig is dead to me.
No, because I
Craig's dead
'cause
to
I-
us.
no, because I know Groovy died. Like
Yeah,
some guy
Groovy
Googled
died.
him.
Yeah, Groovy died. I heard about Groovy.
And
Groovy
Rhythm
died.
died.
Groovy's
Fuck
dead.
Groovy.
Groovy's dead.
Yeah. I just saw a video on YouTube recommended to me that was like Groovy's final song or something like that.
Groovy's final song.
One thing I don't understand why they can't just leave like Groovy. They're making millions upon billions of dollars. Like, is Groovy really impacting your sales that much? Like,
It's
you're
not,
making
but, like,
so much money. Like,
Dude, but it's like it's one intern. It's just one intern that wanted a little more respect
Yeah.
from the CEO. So he
So
said,
he was pushing.
"Actually, you're losing money here." And so because they ban it now it's on his record that he was the one who saved them money.
who saved them X amount of money.
Yeah,
So like that.
I love
sort
how
of
you're
stuff
into
really
sex
upsets
now.
me. That stuff really upsets me.
dude, he saved them exactly 2 cents, and that'll be
Yeah.
the difference from his promotion.
Which is everything wrong with the world. But yeah.
Oh man,
Oh god, I always love the break because the break I get to catch up with what's being said in the chat, and it's.
We're going pretty stupid during this
Well,
session.
go ahead and read,
Yes,
read
you are.
some,
Yes.
some
We
notable
all are.
things.
Date.
We had some.
I'm waiting for these two. The president of Elizabeth fan club. Dante
Yes.
or Dan Elizabeth?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
We had a discussion.
Try to pronounce
You guys are
the
horrible.
following names. Matt, I want to hear you try and pronounce the following names.
Oh, that's funny. When Jasmine is sus,
Yeah, Guru said Among Us, and
Oh, it's not funny. Guru said Among Us.
Among Us in Watford. Among Us then.
that's just what humor is these days. Sorry.
Among Us.
That's
vote him
so
out.
bad, but like that's
I
so
know.
low effort. I hate it so much.
Among Us. Yeah. Why you love Among Us?
You said it.
Oh,
double date. Oh, Todd, we're really.
I don't mean you. I mean that joke.
Oh,
that
Todd,
joke.
we're really in it now.
Yeah.
I love that one because that's not even the original poster. Like someone edited that.
That was Emil, dude.
That was, let me tell you, that was the very first post in the hashtag randomness chat.
Yeah, I told
Because
them at the
I,
beginning that. Dude, I told them at the beginning. Todd looks like this. That's how I imagine him.
Yep.
But like,
oh my god,
yeah.
Elizabeth. Did you call Troy and then Troy Bolton?
Huh?
Is that your
I
post?
mean, you said it was about Troy.
It's about Troy,
What
the
other
historical city.
What's Troy Bolton?
What other Troy is there than Troy
The
Bolton?
city of
Whoa,
Troy, the original Troy.
No.
dude, High School Musical was
I'm
so
pretty
popular.
sure
Ancient Greeks named their city
first.
after it.
Bet
Oh
on it, my
God,
dude.
You are
Bet
dead
on
to me
it.
because of this. You're dead to me because
Bet
of
on
this.
It was just too good, alright?
I hate you. I hate you. Okay, jumping straight back into it because I want to try and get some stuff done this we'll see.
We are getting stuff
We're
done.
getting
How
stuff
dare you.
done, but we're just
Being
no one's
productive, goddammit.
dying, okay? And I'm that irritated. Yeah, I'm joking. Jumping.
Go ahead.
I have at least 5 scheduled deaths here that I have to get through.
Jumping straight back into it. Yes. So, Dante, Elizabeth, what are you guys doing with your evening?
Okay, that's what I was about to say. Before that, I will call back.
Yep, you're gonna call back.
Yes. I
You
think
type
after
the
we
number.
say good, yeah.
Into your phone as you're heading back with Elizabeth.
No. I'm not gonna do it next to Elizabeth. I'll
Oh
say
yeah.
We part ways and then.
Okay,
like,
Yes.
gotcha. Okay. You type in the numbers into your phone. The tones playing off as you do. Something weird about the way when you type it. It's familiar. And it's a weird kind of familiar. It's not a nice kind of familiar. It's like walking into a room that you aren't certain you've ever been in before. But you're sure there's something there.
But I know that the number's hers. For
It's
some
hers.
reason,
It's
I know
hers.
the
It's
number's
just,
hers.
you know it's hers. It's just something about typing it again feels weird. And as you finish it, you put it to your ear and you ring. Goes on for a little while. And at the point you're scared it's going to go to answering phone, she answers.
I'm not scared of it. Sorry.
Well, not scared, but like you're at the point where like you
I
think
gotcha.
it's going to go to yeah.
I got
She
you.
goes, Dante?
Hey,
Yeah.
what's going on?
I've been thinking about what you said.
Okay. You called me in 2 a.m.
Yeah,
What do you remember?
not much. But
What's happened?
they told us not to talk about it.
What? You need to clarify some of these things. Who's they? It what?
It's... You remember Sandra?
Which Sandra?
Sandra, my friend. We were in... She was in the book
Yes,
club.
I remember
She
her.
was in the book
Yeah.
club. You met her. Blonde hair.
Yeah.
And stopped talking about... She phoned me a couple of days back. Her son. 4th child now. He's gone.
4 of her children are gone.
No. She's had 4 children. They were all fine. And then he was out and it's the same thing as Vanessa. He was just gone. She put him...
Shoot me Sandra's address.
Dorian doesn't want me talking to you. He doesn't want me talking about it.
Who doesn't want you to talk
Dorian.
about it?
He's... And then there was people calling and they said not to talk about it. And they said it was...
First of all, I need you to calm down. Secondly, you need to explain to me the motives of Dorian and who those people are. Is he worried about you, or does he know something?
He's just trying to look after me.
He's done a piss poor fucking job of it. I found some things of ours, pictures of her, and I tried looking for them again later and they're gone. All of the pictures of her, they're just gone. And I don't want to think that he's done it, but they're not in the house anymore, and I've looked and I had them really safe away and they're gone. Who else lives with you? Who else lives with you? You have a cleaner?
No one else.
You have a maid? Anyone else comes in?
We have a maid, but she's... I'm scared this is all coming back.
Faith? Who are you talking about? Who is they?
Some men. They came back into the house and they had caps.
Is this recently?
Yeah. Sandra called yesterday and I freaked out, and they came a couple of hours after she called.
What did they say?
Told me not to talk to her, not to call her. They told me that everything was under control and that I was to leave things be, and Dorian agreed with them and he said that everything was going to be fine.
Did he?
There's something else as well. They had a symbol on their shoulders.
Looked like a rose?
Yeah, but it was being strangled by thorns. Twisted up and suffocated.
I've not been sitting idle.
What? No, I'm not on... I've got to go. And the phone cuts out.
All right. Dante just stands in the middle of the street as he was walking, kind of really putting it back in his head in a minute. They went to Manchester. They went as far as Manchester to warn her off. It's quite a way south. Dorian. Fine. Guess we'll have to do it my way, Dorian. Yeah. He's just gonna be with his thoughts. Go back to his place, and the only thing he will check up until the evening, because again, I don't want to take a lot of fucking time, is just the things he made for the internet for his students, to see how many of them signed up, how's things progressing, and just be a teacher for the rest of the day.
You have a look and you see around sort of 60% have signed up. And they're slowly signing in more. It's just they're students. You can't rely on students.
That's good for first day.
It's pretty good for first day. But yeah, that's, and you spend the rest of the day being a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth, you make your way home. Your car pulls up. And once again, you see the dark silhouette of Tristan, almost built into the shadows at this point. He's leant against the wall, and as you come closer, he sort of, you can just see those glinting amber eyes in the darkness as the car pulls up.
I am assuming that I'll be home alone right now, because it's not normal for one of us to be home in the middle of the day. So I will park the car and approach the house, aka also approach Tristan.
He sees you come closer. You can see it's almost like the shadows are attracted to him, of the trees and the bushes and everything around just seems to sort of gravitate towards him, melding him into nothingness. Just the eyes and the very faint silhouette of his muscles you can see. So stares at you.
She stops when she's next to him opening the door. And she'll look to the side. You know, I'm not gonna make you talk to me right now. I know I invited you, that you were free to talk if you wanted to, but Dante is coming over later, and maybe try to practice your speech by then. I would really appreciate it if you could have a conversation with us. Yeah, you can this is a point where you me.
He looks at you, and those amber eyes seem to take in everything about you. Sort of raises a dark eyebrow and goes,
Right. You know, you can come in if you want to.
Give me a
You don't need to
convince
stand
check.
outside.
Give me a convince check for, yeah.
Inviting him inside.
Yeah.
My easy to be around tag is valid here.
I'll allow that.
But
Is there
that's,
anything? There's going to be other tags. I'm going to have a look at your sheet, and I'm going to list you a number of tags that are going to apply. I'm not going to tell you which ones are going to apply.
Sure, just give me a number, and
I'll give you a number. So easier to
count,
be around. Actually,
yeah, count in.
Oh God, easy to be around might not work for him.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
All right, 3 it
3.
is.
3.
I'll just roll with that. An 11.
You say this
great
to
success.
him, and for a moment he does nothing, and then with it, he eases off the wall and stands before you. He towers above you. There is just, and you get the sort of feeling that this individual could cause great harm to people if he wanted to. And with a very delicate hand, he reaches out, and you see his hand is massive next to the door handle. He just very gently twists it, pushes it open, and holds the door open for you.
With a small baffled expression, she raises her eyebrows as well, and but thanks. Yeah, come on in. You don't need to take your shoes off.
He looks down at his boots, sort of looks and he goes,
Yeah, just come on in. I'll show you to the living room. Was planning to check something out today either way, and I think think you might be good company for that.
He trods inside, and his boots are actually relatively clean. As he steps in, his footsteps are delicate and uncertain. As he steps into this place, he looks like a caged panther that has just been released into a china shop. He has no idea where to go. He sort of stands for a moment, every muscle tense, looks right, looks left, sort of looks at you uncertainly, and very slowly eases his way into the living room, being very careful as he moves through the doorway that his shoulders fit through sideways. Steps into the room and sits on your sofa. He is giant, and the sofa sort of groans beneath his prestigious weight as he eases down into it, and the sofa looks tiny beneath him as he eases down and goes,
You can relax. I mean, I know I don't know, I don't need to tell you that, but there's literally no one else here right now. Allison won't be home until, like, at least 4 hours, so... And last time I checked, all of the locks and all of the windows were still intact, so...
He takes his hands and sort of puts them on his legs instead of folded in front of him tightly, but you can see he's still very much on edge.
Do you... Kind of a stupid question, seeing as you spend most of your time right now outside of my door, but do you want to drink something? Is that a yes or a no?
He seems to think about that for a moment and then just lets out a very slow nod.
Alright, tea? Is tea fine?
His massive shoulders shrug.
I think you'll like tea. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go get that. And she makes I think she would just make a calming chamomile tea for the both of them.
Okay. You make the tea and place it before him, and he reaches out, picking it up with literally a forefinger and a thumb, holding the cup, and takes it up and takes a very slow sip, and puts it down.
I think her plan for the rest of those, like, 4 hours at least is she was planning to do this on her own, not expecting Tristan to accept the invitation. So she's gonna just try to figure out she wants to... It'll kind of be like a conversation, and Elizabeth will talk out loud to herself and sometimes look at Tristan like he doesn't need to mingle in the conversation. He could just be there and watch. But she wants to try to figure out more stuff about this glowing orb thingy that she picked up. She wants to see if this is something she can push out or something she can actually take from people, or if this is something that she doesn't understand it at all.
Do you mean glowing orb? Which glowing orb are you talking about? You're talking about the one that came from Jasmine?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to give me... Oof. No, this is just a downtime investigation. You're going to get 3 clues. What would you like to know?
Right. Is this a piece of Jasmine that is preventing her from passing on?
You sit there in the room with Tristan, who is still on edge, though as time passes, that some of the tension begins to ease from him, though he's definitely still on edge. You try again to reach out and feel for this thing, whatever it is in you. It's connected to something, still here. It's connected to something that is bound here, but you aren't certain of what that is. And as you focus on it, the more you get are complicated little niggles of uncertainty. You try to paint, and you end up drawing like a Chinese whisper of a portrait of Jasmine. It's nothing like her, it doesn't fit. And you know in your heart that whatever it is you are holding, it's definitely a part of Jasmine. It's definitely something deeply connected to her. And whatever it is, it cannot leave yet. You do not know whether that means that Jasmine is still here or gone. But you know that that definitely means that you hold a part of her. And beyond that, that's all you can know, I'm afraid. What are your other two questions?
What?
What are your other two questions?
Yeah. Is it something that I can expel out of me?
You reach out and feel it in your body. It's sort of moving through you, but not your physical form. It's a lingering kind of within you, like the sort of edge of a memory. And as you reach out, you find that you can hold on to it and grasp it, and you can push it outwards. You begin to focus and you feel it going closer and closer to your hand until it is right at your fingertips, and you know that with the slightest push now, you could expel this thing from your body. Though you're not sure where it would go.
Yeah. Then last thing, as far as I'm concerned, Tristan is just another person. Yeah, no. Just so I want to see if I picked up this thing because it fell out of Jasmine in some way. I want to see if this kind of, whatever it is, energy thing, if I can feel the same thing in Tristan. Like, because if I could feel it in Tristan, maybe this is something that I could take from people. I don't want to take anything from Tristan. That is not my purpose here, but...
You ease the thing in your body, not releasing it, and reach out to Tristan. At first, he sort of shies away. I'm going to ask for another convince check, please. Also with 3.
Yeah, to be clear, I'm going to roll, but she's not going to do any of this without talking.
This is going to be 2 because there's going to be one thing working against you here.
Okay. She will say, though, that this is just something, like, she'll talk about it, like, she'll say what she's thinking, like, yeah, I think this is some kind of piece of Jasmine that I picked up, and maybe this is a part of a person, like I don't want to say soul, but if this is somehow a piece of her soul, then does everyone have this kind of energy in them? Or, like, for example, if I were to look at you, would you have this kind of energy in you that you would be able to lose? Like, she'll talk about it out loud and not just reach out to him. So I roll convince?
With 2.
What? Roll 2 convince?
2. Convince with 2. With
2 power.
With the 2
okay.
Power.
Yeah. $11, a great success.
You reach out to Tristan as he stands there, sort of uncertain. His hand reaches towards you and then it pulls away for a second, and finally it reaches out fully. Your hand next to his is tiny, but as you reach out and touch the tips of his fingers, you feel a surging, powerful energy within him, but one that is tamed. As you touch it, you see a flash of images. Several boys, young, laughing, playing in a field, throwing a ball, and one of them is hitting it. As that image fades, the next ones hit one after the other. A cage, violence, bloodshed, ripping a man's throat out, eating his flesh. Then there's pain, and pain, and pain, and pain. And then there is silence. Your hands slip away from his as his big fist closes. He pulls at you, and you see his eyes have switched from fierce and sort of powerful to now uncertain and slightly frightened.
She won't let him, take back his hand. She won't, dislodge her hand, but even if he closes his into a fist, she'll, wrap both of her hands around it to kind of, make sure he cannot just shy away with the hand. She'll hold him in the embrace with just the hands.
He just looks at you. The vision has ended, and very slowly he sort of reaches out and grabs your hands and pushes them off his arm.
All right.
Folds his arms.
Jason, I'm so sorry. Did you feel that? I'm so sorry.
He sits for a moment in silence, and then without warning stands and walks for the door. As he gets to the doorway, his shoulder bashes against the side of the door to your living room, and there's a cracking noise as the wood and the plaster shatters against his shoulder. And he looks at it, stares at it in shock, looks at you, goes, and moves to the door and opens it and steps out into the night. Into the day, sorry. And he's gone.
All right. Did he at least finish his tea?
You look and you see most of the tea is gone.
All right. And I think whilst waiting for Dante to come back, and that she's gonna take some she's gonna probably, I don't know, take the few hours she has to go to a kind of shop. Depending on how high the crack in the ceiling is, she's gonna either go get groceries and say that she bumped into it, or go get some kind of I don't know, a mirror.
It's about your head height. It's about your head height where his shoulder hit and cracked, and it's pretty visible. It's not like a whole section in the shape of his shoulder is gone. It's hit the wood is cracked, and the plaster beneath it has broken. So there's a crack running through the wall, and the wood of the door frame is broken, but there's not a hole where his arm hit. No, it's just smashed against.
Okay. Shit. I need a minute to think about a good...
And we're going to jump away to someone else at that point. So, Nahia has just finished her wonderful day up in the hills. Maddie, what are you doing?
Yeah, I have thought of what she's going to email to this person. She's going to email, Dear Professor Dustin, been looking for someone who knows his shit. A friend of mine told me he might be able to help out. We've got class... When is the next class he has?
You look at the next class he has is an hour from now, but you look through the things, and you the last review of that class, because there's sort of a review my teacher type thing, mentions that he didn't turn up at all. The other one says that he turned up drunk. And
does he have one tomorrow?
He does have. He has one another. He's another one after that one this one, and it's a bit later in the day, but it's a more reliable one of his.
And she's going to send in an email. You've got class tomorrow, right? make sure you attend at least the last couple of minutes. Bet you've got some projects I can help fund. See you soon, Ginger. She's going to send that. Yeah.
Almost immediately, a voice message comes back.
Ooh.
Who the hell are you?
Sorry, what was that? Your mic.
You have a voice come through that goes, "Who the hell are you?" Silence. No, I don't want fucking chips. Of course I don't want fucking chips. Oh. Wait, what was I doing? Yes, who the fuck are you? And the message cuts out.
All right. I'm going to send him a... Oh, by the way, I'm doing this from one of my throwaway email accounts.
Yeah, I'm guessing that. Yeah.
A bunch of random
the name
words.
Ginger,
Yeah. I'm gonna send him a voice message back. Someone you'd like as a friend. I can help you. I can help you with some of your projects, especially since the union doesn't seem to care about you.
You hear a couple of minutes, and then a voice message comes through going, I don't trust anyone who won't use voice messaging. You use your real voice with me, or you use no voice at all. I don't trust these darned texting devices. And it cuts out. That's the end of his voice message.
Right. I'm gonna send him another voice message saying, "All right, well, this is me. Just let me know if you're interested. I've got some money to spend, and you seem like someone fun."
We meet tonight, or no time at all. Give me a name, a good name, not a shit name, mind you, and we'll meet up at a place of your design. If I do not like the location, I will not arrive. If I do, well, then perhaps.
I'm going to say, what's a good name? Fuck it. I'm going to say. The name's Kate. Kate Boyd. Visit me at the. Come see me at. I'm going to.
I need a convince check for this.
Yeah. Oh, and also like the location. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna suggest. I'm gonna suggest Burger Planets because that's a great place to just go at this time because there's no one fucking there. Let's see. What would help? Cheaters never lose for. Would that work for lying?
You're not really cheating here. You're manipulating. Yeah, no. It's different.
True. In that case, I don't think anything.
Then a flat roll, I'm afraid.
So here we go. Convince. Flat roll. Oh, that's a 6. That's my first miss in ages.
Hey.
Oh. Consequences? What are those?
Very well. Meet me at this location. I don't like the bar you recommended. It's shit. Meet me at the Wild Oak. It's a bar down in Old Harbour near the near a pub I used to frequent. Meet me there, and there's a long silence, and he goes, "Oh shit, it's still on." And we'll converse. Converse. And it cuts out.
Wait, what was that last part?
Converse. Speak.
Converse. All right, yeah. I'm gonna get some of my latest winnings from the races. How much would you say that winning one of those races would earn me?
In terms of sort of like we don't really sort of, because City Mist doesn't really have a money system, so we just sort of like judge in turn. I'm gonna say, I'm not a professional street racer. I'm gonna say
Me neither.
I'm gonna say in the rough thousands, but I'm not gonna say a huge amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fair. I'll take about 800 with me for now,
Okay.
as well as Amelia, just in case.
Okay.
I'm gonna put her in my
You going to that
in
location?
my duffel bag as well. Yes. Yeah.
You spend a very, very dull night, feeling like a abandoned Tinder date, as you sit at your you sit at your table, as the hour passes by, and by, and by, and he doesn't turn up.
Oh, all right. Bummer.
Sadly, yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid that's where.
Yeah.
That's the end
C'est la
of your
vie.
night. I'm sorry, but that's the end of your night. Ned, what are you doing with the rest of your day / night?
What is the hour?
At this point now, we've crossed the midday point. We're now like coming into evening. And so Maddie's finished her whole evening. So you've got to give me, what are you doing for evening / coming to nighttime?
I guess. For first, I helped Todd hang up the autograph like above his bed or something, right? Then,
Oh yeah.
I can just assume that like, can I just say for brevity, Todd like passes out or something? Or is
Yeah,
asleep?
he's gonna go. He's pretty tuckered out. He's got short legs, and you did a lot of exciting things today. So
Yeah, I'm in like the clutter of the house. I know the secret code, the secret entrance to the thing now, right?
yeah.
So I go in and like it has like stairs down, or is it just
No,
the
it's
room
literally just
itself?
built into the column. There's no stairs. Just
Oh,
it's like
okay.
it's all in the column. Yeah. The second you open the column,
So-
he's there. It's kind of like it's sort of like hidden door type thing, but not like a one of those like hidden doors. More sort of like a very subtle type
like a-
thing. Like you have to.
Alright.
It's kind of like a little hidden. You have to move the staircase, or not staircase, bookcase out the way, and there's like a little metal door hidden beneath that looks disguised to look like the wood, like the stone. And you open that up and you slide through it, and you find yourself inside the column.
I get in the column. Yes, is there some kind of light or something?
You just take out your phone and turn on the light, and you can see Alex Piper's in there. The various papers are in there. There's also a couple of like portraits and paintings and stuff that are lying around.
Yeah, I pull up a chair. I whip out my phone and I call the arborist guy. I think his name. The guy who said like, we have a group of people who do the same thing, but we could do it better.
Oh.
We're interested. I think his name was Arborist. I don't remember.
Okay, you call him back, Arborist Bale, yeah. Arbas
Alright,
Bale,
he
yeah.
didn't-
You call him back. There's sort of a couple of dials, and he's like, "Hello."
Hey, it's me, Ned Halford.
Mr. Halford.
Yes,
How
That's
are
me.
you?
I'm good. Recently moved into a new house. Very, very. I really like the place.
Whereabouts are you located these days?
Well, with the type of things we deal with, can't be too careful.
I completely accept and respect your boundaries. Tell me, why are you calling this late?
It's late.
Late for me.
What?
I'm in a different time zone from you, dear.
Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't know. So, wait a minute. Where are you?
If I'm going to respect your boundaries, then you should respect mine. Just know I have various friends of mine that can deal with my business there. So, what is it?
Just wanted to know not so much about what you have to offer, but you said there was this competitor. what I'm trying to do is already a thing? Explain a
Yes.
little.
Rather vocal competitor, I might say. She's rather good at what she does. Been offering something quite similar to what you were proposing, but I think we could outbid her, should we come to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of the name of Ishara? Ishara
How do you spell that?
James?
How do you spell that?
It's, let me get my notes. It's Ishara James.
Nope, I have never heard of it.
Never heard of her. Well, have you heard of the Lion?
You are throwing out a bunch of names that I no idea what you're
You
talking
have
about.
to incorporate at some point, my friend.
Have you heard of Mr.
Anton
Grace?
Lynch? Ring a bell?
Have you heard of Mr. Grace? Because that's pretty much the only big figure I know.
Never heard of Mr. Grace, but a new name's always a gain, as I always say. New name's always a gain. If it rhymes, it works.
That's so true.
Completely true.
I see.
Well, Anton Lynch had a wee bit of a, liaison with Ishara, and she's recently gained a lot of opinion since then, and she sort of sought out a similar role to the one you were devising. Combat between people like us, so to speak. Something like that. Talent show, that sort of thing.
See.
But I feel we can do something rather more tasteful. Now, her performances are impressive, very showful, I might say, but they're brutal, disgusting affairs, rather overtly violent for my tastes, if you must insist. I feel like we could do something a bit better. Appeal to the wider audiences.
There is the old issue that I still haven't figured out how to get around, which is, I'm sure you've seen my interview, or maybe you haven't.
Television gold, my boy.
Truth is slippery.
Truth is not a question of the matter. The thing about truth is that truth is one of these wonderful things that we can all pretend exists, but it doesn't really. Truth is malleable, dear Mr. Halford. Truth is whatever we choose to make of it. It's fucking silly putty is what it is.
You're weird.
Why, thank you. I've never met a weird person I didn't like, and I've never met a normal person I didn't hate.
Well, I as much as I am interested in doing this, I think the natural first step would be to go to one of these shows, surely. Where would I be able to do this?
You're truly interested. You're not just pulling my leg.
We gotta scout the competition.
Very well, Mr. Halford. I will send you the details shortly. If you're truly interested, it should be on from the soonest one in 3 or 4 days. Of course, this will be one of Ishara's shows, so expect to see, well, violence.
Well, cool. I might bring a few friends.
I hope they have good sensibilities.
Me too.
This is something we're fighting against, Mr. Halford. We're trying to build something a lot more sensible, civilized. We're not living in the Dark Ages anymore, after all. Wouldn't you agree?
He looks around at this completely dark room that he's in right now. No. I want to put on a show even a blind old man can do.
What a very specific and glorious description. We'll be in touch, Mr. Halford, and I'm a big fan.
Thank you. I would be too. Thanks.
The phone cuts out.
All right. And then walks out of the tower and just like wipes his mouth. It just feels like wrong talking to this guy. Like takes out his handkerchief and like ugh. 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 Yeah, I guess that's a thing now.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Is that the end of your day? What else do you want to do with your?
I mean, I don't really have much to do, I guess, but I want to. I mean, I called him, and I want to. Never mind. I forgot what I was
leave
gonna
you
do.
for the timing being, and we'll come back to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. I don't know.
Actually, that's everyone's evenings covered. Actually, so as the day passes to an end, you can come back to what you wanted to do, Ned, in a second. But like let's say you hold on to a flashback for there if you need to.
Right, just because the conversation just happened. He said the name's Robin or James.
I will post his thing up for you now. All
right.
There's, oh, that's not the right one. Sorry. Come on, fuck off. There you go.
Can I amend
That's
something?
Arbas Bale. And the name you heard was this one.
Guru, if you were going to clarify why we don't meet up in the evening, I have an explanation for that.
Oh no, it was something else.
Because I wanted to explain why that wouldn't happen now.
No, I imagine should you shoot her address and that's it, right?
I imagine that you just get a text that says, I don't think Tristan is here tonight or in a talking mood, so better to try your luck next time.
Dante will shoot back a text and that says, "I try my luck every second of every day."
And then you get like a ... and then but not tonight, right?
Why not?
This.
After like a few seconds of clearly seeing that she's typing but then not sending anything, you get an answer that says, "I think I hurt him tonight. I don't want to bother him anymore."
Dante will just send, "You won't," but
No, and okay, is that the same text? Okay.
yeah, but I still love him a little.
You just get back. And you also won't.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
And you also won't.
Won't what? I'm not getting the full sentence.
No, that's it. Because you said, you answered to Elizabeth that she wouldn't bother him anymore. You said you won't. So Elizabeth answered, but you also won't. You also will
This is a
not.
miscommunication.
Yeah.
No, what he means is you clarify, Badger, because I think.
Well, I thought you said but I sort of I try my luck every day. I try my luck every night, so I will anyway. Basically, was what the thing I was getting from it. Yeah. So, yeah, that was.
Yeah, look, it's gonna be tame. Don't worry about it. It's not a text he sends. It's me telling you. I would like to clarify something. Can I basically say that what I did today during the day I'll just reserve that. I'll use it as a flashback for my montage.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to tell you because
I'm
be
gonna
like
say
a whole
if
fucking
I'm
thing.
gonna say if you do go to visit Elizabeth, Tristan is not there, and the evening you're not gonna get much of an evening out just because we need to keep moving now, and Tristan is definitely not there. He's
fine.
beyond
Fine.
finding.
Yeah. The only thing I will say, Dante will have a takeout with him. He'll just see that Tristan isn't there, but it is what it is.
You take a takeout for him. He's just not
Are you
there.
moving Dante to Elizabeth's house now?
Yeah, if you choose to, if that's where you want to go. Do you go there?
Yeah. Again, I just want to make clear that like my actual montage, what I'll do, because I think it has to be connected to either the leather caps or Dorian or something. Like Dante wouldn't be sitting idle on the information he just got.
Definitely, yeah.
I just don't want to take everyone's time with it right now.
Which is my opinion as well. So I think just for the moment hold it as a montage / jump back for now. But don't let me forget about that. Do not let me forget.
I won't.
That. Okay, got it. Okay.
I don't let anyone forget anything.
Jumping into the next day, as the day begins to dawn.
Just quickly before, sorry,
go.
my thing I wanted to do, I can use it as a flashback later, but just for Nesbitt's a little. First of all, he calls a cleaning lady or his crew because the house is a mess, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to answer. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I know. But he spends the rest of the time browsing like the news and reportings and stuff about the people he heard about, but just in general, all like TV history, which is really very short.
Okay, so you used your downtime activity to gain the attention, so you're not going to get the attention here. But I will say that you do spend a lot of time checking the news, and you do see one of the news stories that seems to pop up. There's been another murder in Reaver Street. Apart from that, you do see that all the episodes of Pookie's Fun Time have been released on BBC iPlayer, and they've been massively well received by everyone, who seems to have sort of got over the initial rage, and now everyone's like, "Oh, Pookie's so cool again," and showing all their kids it. Apart from that, news stories are very dull.
All right. At least Ned is aware of Pookie now. That's a big difference thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You do notice that one of the things about the Pookie story, it does say underneath it, various episodes have been removed.
All right.
For viewer safety /
For viewers' safety. God. All right.
As morning dawns for each of you beginning to wake up and ease into your day, I'm gonna ask for a slightly briefer idea of what you're doing with your day to day. It is now 27th. We are on the 28th. Yeah.
What? Do you mean Dante got to Elizabeth's place with takeout in hand, and that's just it? We're cut to morning.
I thought you. Well, what are you gonna? I thought we were saving for a jump back.
No, that's not montage. Montage is something you do during the day.
Okay, gotcha. So what? If you're going to Elizabeth's place with takeout for Tristan, or is it for? Okay, you will get there. You will find that Tristan is nowhere to be seen.
Then, such is luck.
He's completely gone.
I'm still expected to be a guest, like I'm about to meet her wife.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're actually going to see Elizabeth.
Unless that's not the plan.
No,
that wasn't the plan for tonight.
Okay, sorry, I'm completely This is like a lot of cross. Okay, so
it was the plan, and then it wasn't the plan, and now it is the plan.
So the plan was to take if it would have happened tonight, the only thing that would have happened is come by before Allison is home to see if we can talk to Tristan. That doesn't work out, but actual Yahtzee night will happen another time.
So at some point you send Dante a text that Tristan isn't there anymore and he won't come.
Basically.
Okay, sorry.
That's what I was trying to do there.
All right.
Okay.
Christ. It's Scrabble night, actually. Get it right.
Well, yeah.
It's Sudoku night.
How fucking dare you? It's
Scrabble night.
Yeah, it is Scrabble night. It is actually Scrabble night. Like, what heathen would play another game? Jumping into So give me a brief idea of what you are doing with your days.
Well,
Classes.
Classes?
Mine's gonna be paired with a very short flashback, taking us back to the night of the heist.
I think we
heist.
should leave yours for, because yours is going to enter.
Sure.
Yours is about to intertwine. So we'll leave yours for the moment then, because yours is just about to intertwine. Dante, what are you doing the other day? Classes or no classes?
It's Saturday, right?
It's not Saturday. It's not Saturday. Let me check.
What?
I need to go back to 2020.
Has to be. It was Thursday 2 days ago.
No, wait. Let me check. March 20. So it is fucking Saturday. Fuck.
How good am I?
Then scratch my
Shit.
answer.
I remember everything, motherfucker. What am I doing? It really, really, really fucking depends what I find in my. Okay, if there's time, I would like to ask James for help. If there's time for me to do montage now, and then flashback back to the investigation shit and actually spend the flashback. If there's time, if you'll allow it, I need James's help.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. What is everyone else doing today?
I'm assuming it's game day for the rugby players.
It's gonna be game day. Actually, that's a good point.
It's game day, so they're doing.
Is anyone doing any case-related stuff over the weekend? No.
Yeah, sort of. I want to.
My case.
It's not directly case related, but I want to just kind of try and follow up on where, or how, or what Zyra Shaw is doing.
Zyra Shaw.
Yeah.
Are you going to visit her, or how are you checking up on her?
I don't know. This basically, I wake up. He wakes up on the couch, just eyes. He opens his eyes to like the void that is Pookie episodes. He fell asleep
You've
watching.
been watching Pookie. Oh, yeah. I need you to give me
Face danger.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
not a face danger. I need you to give me an investigation. Anything relating to codes, seeing hidden things, or seeing anything hidden behind covers, basically. Anything hidden. You're looking for any tags that relate to hidden codes or messages.
This is so creepy if you
we're gonna
think
do
about it.
today.
You fall asleep watching a kid's movie, and then you should, like, maybe in the middle of the night you wake up and you see, like, a murder scene in the fucking kid series. It's horrible.
Fucking way.
Dude,
Oh God, that's
Herb, I know
hilarious.
what we're gonna do today.
I would be scared out of my mind.
Okay.
You open BBC
So I
iPlayer.
figured out. I figured out what Ned's doing. All right. Basically, after he found Pookie episodes, just started playing a bunch of them and fell asleep to it.
Okay. Give me the investigate check, please, and then we're gonna do. Okay.
Okay. So, would celebrity work?
No, celebrity's not gonna work.
All right.
Fred.
Okay. The big screen.
Yes, because you're gonna tell initially that something's definitely off.
Yeah. It's magical in nature, I guess.
Yes.
Like, is something attacking me?
Nothing's attacking you.
Okay, then I don't think that would work. Yeah. I think I only have that. Get any kind of environmental bonus because I fell asleep during it? Did like the blind man watch Pookie with
Afraid
me?
not. No.
All right.
Blind man watch Pookie with me.
Yeah. Investigate.
Yep.
1 power. Okay.
Right. So, with the nature of Pookie and his abilities, I'm going to give you only a brief description of what happens.
His abilities.
You turn on Pookie's Fun Time. And the first episode is really fucking boring. You see a man dressed in a large Pookie suit with it looks like a Furby or something like that. this giant fluffy black suit with three big fluffy eyes, and he goes, Pookie, Pookie, here's our friend, Pookie, Pookie, and he starts singing this song, and he goes through various things. There's a Mr. Spoonman who goes to the moon and visits the moon, and Pookie loves him. And there's a Mr. Pig and Mr. Rooster who don't like each other, and Pookie has to resolve their relationship together. Then there's the Pookie train that Pookie has to keep going. And it is the end of the first episode, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? This is complete fucking nonsense. And as you start to switch to the next episode, it's a flash of it. 3 eyes. Watching you. You open the next episode. Pookie, Pookie, here's our friend. Pookie, Pookie goes to bed. Pookie's struggling to sleep tonight in this episode. So all the other farm animals have to help him go to bed. But Mr. Rooster's not around. Where's Mr. Rooster? There's no mention of him at all, but it cuts to scenes of the farmyard setting, and there are feathers everywhere. Cuts to the moon, and Mr. Spoonman's rocket isn't working anymore. Why is Mr. Spoonman's rocket not working anymore? You keep going through the episodes, and gradually it gets worse. Mr. Spoonman's not come home. Mrs. Spoon has found a different spoon, Mr. Fork now, and he doesn't like her children so much. Baby spoons are not getting on so well with Mr. Fork, and they want to run away. The farmyard's fallen into disrepair. The various farm animals are escaping and running rampant, destroying everything. And Pookie, Pookie sings his song. Pookie, Pookie gets along. Then he turns the camera on one of the last-ish episodes, and you're not sure if you're asleep already, if you're dreaming, or if something else is going on. And you're not sure if this is the show that was meant to be shown. But Pookie is watching you through the screen, and he goes, Pookie, Pookie, have some fun. Pookie, Pookie, sees you gone! And the show ends. And as it ends, happy music begins to play, and the rest of the credits flow through. And the closed off episode does not play. Beneath it, you can see the comments. What a heartfelt episode. I love this one. This one appeals to my kids' sense of, like this really lets my kids go to sleep at night. All the various comments of, oh, he's so sweet. I love Mr. Rooster. Beneath it, I haven't seen Mr. Rooster since episode 1. You're not sure if you're asleep now. But the iPlayer is closed now. And you're drifting off to sleep. And Pookie Pookie is still out there.
Cool. Do I wake up ever? Or is this over?
You wake up. You wake up.
This is the end for Ned.
After this is over.
Just watch Pookie.
You are not sure if this is a dream or if you actually watch the whole series. The series, when you open it up again on iPlayer, 5-star reviews, looks like a perfectly acceptable, pleasant children's TV show. You see the episode of Pookie helps a man cross the river, and as a flash of movement, you see an image of Pookie drowning a guy underwater. And you're fine.
I don't. Okay. You know, like the. Okay, imagine the.
I told you not to meddle with Pookie's Funhouse.
Alright, man. Imagine, like, the face you would make if you saw, like, a seagull steal, like, your food right out of your hands. That's the face Ned makes at this whole show. He's just like, why? The TV game has definitely changed. I don't know. He's just kind of in awe, just like looking back, just going, "What the fuck?" I want to try something. Ned looks at like Pookie in the TV or something. He says, "Hey Pookie, can you hear me right now?"
You rewatch an episode? You're on a streaming site right now.
Yeah, but it's. Wait, is it not playing now? I thought it
It's
was
not on the
playing, 'cause
TV.
you
It's
said it.
like you just want to do this as it's playing.
Yeah, as it's playing in the middle of the episode, I just look at Pookie and I'm like, "Hey Pookie, can you hear me right now?"
You say this in the middle of the night as like you're like 6 episodes into season 2,
Damn.
and it's so late at night, you're not sure. But there's a moment as Pookie is in the middle of teaching kids not to run with scissors and cutting a guy's throat, that the image of the three-eyed thing looks at you back at the screen. And those 3 eyes seem to take you in for a long moment. And then the episode continues.
Right? I guess that's the last thing I do in the night when I wake up. I'm just like, that's enough. I put it on the side very carefully, and I just very very carefully just snap the remote in half and chuck it in the garbage. Just like over the knee, just like, all right.
And it's gone.
Pookie's funhouse is Pookie's death chamber. All right. Okay. And I guess I learned about Pookie and what happened there. That was my day, or my night. I guess the rest of my day would be looking into Pookie, but not watching the actual show. Just looking around it. I don't want to see these 3 eyes staring back at me in the fucking void.
Okay, I need to ask now because we've been playing now for nearly 3 hours. How are people feeling going forward? Are people happy to keep going, or are people ready to
Absolutely.
to go?
Yes.
I'm ready to keep going. Can we like pause?
Yes,
Really
we can have a
have to go
quick
to the
break.
bathroom.
Definitely.
As long as
have a
we
break.
don't bring up Pookie anymore, I'm fine with keeping it. As long as we don't fucking bring
Fuck
Pookie up.
Pookie.
Astrid, are you a fan of Pookie?
You fuck
Pookie
Pookie.
loves her. Pookie loves her so much.
Is not
Can I
ready
say
for
something?
this.
Can I say something? I
I
fucking hated Pookie before the horror even was described. I'm like, I hate this piece
I
of
love
shit.
it. I love the
hate
idea.
this piece of shit. I hate Pookie. I hate all of Pookie.
Dude.
Pookie loves
Imagine
her.
it, right? Like I said it before, you fall asleep, like you have a kids show on, right? Like it doesn't even matter what. You're watching a cartoon and you're falling asleep in the middle of the fucking night. No one else is home. All of the lights are out. You wake up all of a sudden, like kind of in a haze. You look at the screen. You see fucking like blood, like
Carnage.
No.
Yeah.
It's even worse if you just see Pookie because he's already creepy enough.
Rude.
Yes.
I love Pookie.
Teletubbies are the creepiest motherfuckers I've seen.
Yeah,
Okay?
now imagine if they committed murder.
Push the top, the
They're
Teletubbies
evil.
in the
They are
stomach.
evil. They are evil, and this proves it.
I don't think any of you here watched Attack on Titan except maybe
I
Schneider,
watched
right?
Attack on Titan. Of course I
I
watched
did.
Attack on Titan.
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
go
seen it
watch-
actually.
Of
Your
course I watched
prediction
Attack on
is wrong.
Titan.
Did you watch like 3 seasons
Yeah.
at least?
Yeah,
Yeah,
think so.
I haven't.
remember
not.
that one? I don't know in what season it is, but I think it's about like the 3rd season or the 2nd season, where at some point in the ending scene, like the ending song is playing, and normally you just have the ending credits, but they distort it, and all of a sudden it stops and it's flickering, and there's like blood things, and like it's so messed up. Like you don't expect that. You're
I
just
don't
watching the
remember that,
ending.
but I love that.
I'm gonna
So
look
what
it
you're
up.
saying
I
is
think
you're
I've
really afraid
badly
of jump
described.
scares.
Yeah,
No, it's just like
is the sort of thing I
it's not
love.
jump scares. It's just the feeling that something is not right.
Yeah,
That's that's better described than what I described for what happens with you, Ned. It's more like you fall asleep. You're watching the first couple of episodes. It's boring kid show. You fall asleep, something's wrong. You wake up again, something's wrong, and you fall asleep again, and you're sort of like drifting in and out of sleep. And every time you wake up, the show is more fucked up. That's the best way of describing it.
I'm kind of imagining that.
One of my favorite tropes that does not get used enough is when something goes horribly wrong in a show, and because of it, the intro of the show
changes. Yeah,
changes.
I
love that.
That is my sort of thing because that drives home how fucked everything is.
Yeah, I love that.
Dude, I recently rewatched.
Voice chat. I put in some Pookie lyrics for it to sing.
Pookie.
Fucked your mom.
No, Pookie, don't fuck my mom.
All right, here you go.
You fuck my mom, Pookie.
Pookie, did you fuck my mom?
Fucking Christ.
Did you fuck my mom?
Where am I?
All right,
I will say everything about Pookie I love and I'm terrified of because, like, I'm a fan of like the SCP genre of horror.
Emil, I posted it in randomness. It's only like
I'll
2
check
minutes, but it's like so you're just watching your series and you're watching the ending, and then like fucked up shit happens. You'll see it. Like
I love it when that happens.
Here's the real question,
Even if
though.
it's like,
What's beneath his mask?
no,
the mask of
It's just
Pookie.
another Pookie.
There's no such thing as a mask. Pookie is
that
her own
shit
character.
reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's.
I want.
Wait, what was that, Guru?
Never
You
mind.
wanna fuck?
He said, I wanna fuck.
No.
I wanna fuck.
Everybody wants
Jeez.
to fuck.
Jeez, Guru. A lot of people do, but you don't have to toss it in here.
Listen, man, I know Pookie's alluring. Come on.
Interesting person.
Yeah, I was about to say we know what kind of Pookie fan Guru is now.
Guru's a furry. It's been approved.
No, I wanted to say something about Pookie, but like I've had a suspicion about Pookie since like you first posted him in the newspaper, and I don't want to say anything about it. I genuinely don't want to say anything about it.
Oh, suspicion of the mythos, I assume.
No.
Oh.
No, of who plays Pookie in the costume. Turns out it's
I
Xander
fucking
Lowe.
love Pookie. Like, seriously, from the moment he got first mentioned, I knew this is gonna be a character.
Fuck a Pookie, yeah.
Herb, I know what we're gonna do today.
Try to take over the
I'm
world.
ready to keep going.
And we're gonna jump straight back into
In your
it.
hand there, Emil.
An empty bottle of beer, and I don't have anything cold right now. So I'm gonna get myself another Coke.
Okay. So because no one's doing anything for the weekend, and I'm really sorry. I know everyone wants to do shit, and there's so much shit to do, but just to get some momentum going, because I really don't want us to like stay on the same thing, and we're gonna have to find a way to fix it. But just to keep momentum going. Give me a very brief outline of what it is you do over the weekend.
To be honest, I would even be fine in saying that we skip the weekend.
I think we skip the whole weekend, but Dante, I think you and I need a one-on-one to do what happens over the weekend.
Yes.
You happy with that? You're going to take that as your one-on-one, or are you not going to take that as your one-on-one?
I need to investigate, mate.
Okay.
I need to investigate.
There we go. So that's your one-on-one.
Investigate what I just
okay, yeah. So your one-on-one's going to be for that, right? Then
otherwise. So in which case, all I'll say is then, like, for my montage, I'll just take paying attention to my maths theme, which is what I did, and I'll just give attention to maths theme because I've been talking to students at least late Friday because Elizabeth cancelled.
Okay.
But afterwards, we'll.
Yeah. Moving forward, then. This weekend, I'm going to say, Dante, wasn't extremely dangerous for you. It's going to have to be some very weird role-playing for you because we don't know what it is you've experienced over the weekend. I'm going to say it's probably some shitty stuff. I know what it is you're going to have to go through, but
Okay.
We can't. I'm sorry. This is a really hard role playing situation I'm putting you in, but
I don't
can't.
mind that. I don't
Okay.
mind that. I can tell you right now what I'm gonna do, like in small terms. I'm gonna investigate into Dorian. I'm gonna investigate into Fat Caps. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
going to
Yes, I
ask
guess
James
that.
for help with something.
Do you go visit Faith? Do
And
you go visit Faith?
in Manchester,
Yeah.
that's some ways away. Probably not. No.
Okay.
Um.
How deeply
Look.
do you investigate Dorian?
Hmm.
How deeply do you investigate Dorian?
How deeply do I investigate Dorian? I
Yeah.
want to know. So first of all, I know that he's a lawyer. I know he's based in Manchester. I know his name is Dorian. That's not hard to find him, really. It's a very quick search for Dante to find a lawyer called Dorian. I'm going to find out what kind of law he specializes in, what his current cases are, what he
Okay.
does. I'm going to see if he has any history in Ullmanoch. I'm going to see
Okay.
stuff, really.
Your weekend is going to consist of a lot of calls, some revelations, some threats.
We're just going to do one-on-ones, right?
Yeah, but I'm just telling you ahead of, so you know, have a rough idea. Some threats, some uncertainty considering faith, and that's as much as I can say at the moment.
So can I put one attention on my math theme then,
Yeah.
and that place?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to keep montage until one-on-one?
I'll let you put the thing on attention on math, and then we'll jump into the one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. At the end, so the weekend passes by relatively without incident, and each of you get a well-deserved rest. There is no word of Jasmine or the King's Oath, both of which seem to have faded into memory and obscurity. Monday comes along, rearing its ugly head, as each of you are forced to return to your various jobs and so on and so forth. The game goes well for Kingston, by the way, over the weekend. And do you have a game as well on the weekend, or you're not?
I think she'd have a game too.
Okay. Kingston's goes pretty well. He does not too bad. It's not like a landslide victory, but it's not his fault. Like, it's the team's a bit of a mess at the moment because they're not really working as a team, and he's sort of doing his part, but they're just not working as a team. Yours goes slightly better. You got a better... Kingston's great as a player. He's not so great at leading the team. He's sort of too nice about it, and he's not taking a hold of it as much. You're slightly better at getting them under control, and you get a bit of a better victory from your game. And as the weekend comes to a close, each of you getting a little bit of relaxation time and time with your loved ones. As Monday dawns, what are you all doing with your Monday? And Emil, I know what yours is. Don't worry.
Lectures.
Okay.
I have to get back to it. Back to it to make it right with Seema and Johnny as well, yeah.
Okay. Ned and Nahia?
I watched the game over the weekend with Todd on the couch. Just saying.
He's like a fucking gazelle. Look at him. How's he do that? How's he? I tell you, if I, never mind. I'll never have legs that are like that. But if I did, I would move like that. It's very impressive.
There's a ball. It's moving somehow. I don't understand.
Right, so it's
I'm
very simple.
here for you, buddy.
Basically, the ball can only move backwards, and he starts trying to explain the rules of rugby to you.
Yeah.
But he does it in an extremely convoluted way that doesn't really make sense to you.
Well, okay. When I called the guy, the greasy man, that guy,
Alice, yeah.
he said it was in 3 or 4 days, right? And that was before the weekend. Right?
So it's Monday now.
So it would be on Tuesday, was the thing?
Either Monday or Tuesday, you're not sure.
Okay.
There's not been a call this morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay. As the day sort of going on, I need to know. Emil, can you give me... What check do you think this would be?
Well, before we go there, I would like to have a quick flashback, since I am planning on looking around at the uni to see if I can find this Professor Dustin. But
Perfect. Yeah, definitely.
why is he so confident in going there after committing kind of a heist thing? Well, we go back to the night of the heist, the failed heist, and as she ran away, she got behind the security desk, pulled open one of the boxes connected to the camera system, and messed around a bit in there so that all of the footage of the night would be wiped. I do believe that since it's a flashback, I need to make a,
You need to make a check.
for that,
Let's
right?
do. Yeah, let's. What would that be a good check for? I think that's probably a
Change the game?
Change the game.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right.
see.
So
That'd be a better one.
I'd say change the game or sneak around, maybe.
Sneak around, I think.
All
Sneak
right,
around with
I'm
anything
going-
related to wrecking stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna use sabotage machinery.
Definitely.
And
That's
tear
a
through
big
metal.
yes.
Yeah, tear through metal.
Yeah, definitely big yes.
I would say free from the system because I'm literally getting myself out of the computer system here.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Right.
That's fair enough.
It's a fun play on words, right?
Yeah,
All
it's,
right.
I will allow. It's fun. It's
Sneak
it's a
around.
fair enough one. It's one that's I will allow. Well, that's a 13.
Well, it's a 13 anyways.
Yeah, fair, yeah. Yeah. You just yeah. There's no trace of you. There's yeah. Okay.
Yep. And with that, I'm gonna go into the university with a minor.
How?
A minor disguise, just a
What is
baseball
the
cap.
disguise look? Yeah, the disguise is just a.
Yeah, just a baseball cap, some glasses, a hoodie instead of my leather jacket, and I'm gonna force through it by not taking my cane this time. It's gonna be painful, but at least people don't see me as the redhead with the cane from last night.
Leave your cane behind. Okay.
Yep.
You spend the rest of the day sort of searching through the uni. And the one thing you find, I'm not going to make you make an investigation check for this, Professor Dustin has not turned up to any lectures today.
Fuck.
You do, however, find the details of another professor. And as you're just finishing up your search for Professor Dustin, who's definitely not he's refused to turn up whatsoever, you do find yourself outside a lecture hall as it is just closing up. The students making their way outside. As they do, their professor opens the door and makes his way out. You see sort of a middle years looking older man, beginnings of sort of facial hair coming down down to almost sort of mutton chops, but they're kind of coming into more of a beard. It's a little bit
Okay.
and
Since you're describing me, I'm still fucking young. Fuck you. I don't open the door for them. They can do it on their own.
No, I said you didn't say you opened the door. The door opens and they're all heading out.
If the door opens, I don't stand there.
No, they're all heading out and you come out after, is what I said.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
you
don't come out. After.
Okay.
I don't. First of all, did I make up with Johnny and Seema? Are they fine? Did they come back? Are they? That's just what interests me.
Seema seems fine. Johnny
What about Johnny?
does not turn up this week.
Doesn't turn up at all. Well, that's something that has to be mended. So as the pupils will file out, you will see that one of the windows is open. The professor is standing on the windowsill, leaning up against the wall and smoking out as people are just filing out.
You step inside, Maddie, and you see that. And
I do not step inside. I am looking inside. Seems like a familiar figure. And honestly, kind of lost in thought. I stare in.
At
Stare
that point,
inside
people
for
have all
quite a
filed
bit.
out, right?
The rest of the class is sort of filed out at this point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. At which point Dante will slightly like turn his head and say, either in or out. But that door's open and it creates a draft.
Oh. Yeah, Maddie has been noticed, and she looks at you with her bright yellow slit
Well,
eyes.
he doesn't see it yet, right? His back is turned
Oh.
to you. He's just smoking out.
Okay.
He's smoking out.
He can just
out
tell that
into
the door is
window.
open. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Phew. I don't think she would just walk in. No. She's gonna create some distance.
Okay. Are you running? What are you doing? Are you leaving?
She is going to leave the door open as she quickly walks off.
Okay. And with that, you leave him be. As you stride away,
Oh, fuck's sake. Is it too
doors.
much to ask?
the door is left
It's
open.
common bloody courtesy. He throws the cigarette away, goes towards the door, closes it, and starts ringing Johnny.
Okay. You ring Johnny. Goes on for a couple of minutes. No answer.
Is there voicemail?
Yeah, it's a pretty basic voicemail, but it just sort of says leave a message
Then
after the tone.
Dante will still leave a message that says, "Hey, I'll cover for you for today, but I just want to know you're all right, John. Gives a ring back, huh?
Okay. You
I
leave
know
that
I've let
message.
you down, but I'd like to talk face to face. I hope we still respect each other enough to do that." That's it. That's the whole call.
Okay. You leave that message as the phone goes dead in your ear. What's everyone else doing?
No, I don't know why my camera's turned off. You don't see me?
It's black.
Yeah.
I can't see anything. It's black for me.
Yeah, no, you
it's actually Pookie's directly behind me.
can't.
I would just like to spend my Monday. I want to spend it investigating Pookie, but before I do this, I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll break the tension. All right. I will send it to the group chat. Who wants to watch brutal combat with me, or something like that? There's a mist related event. Not mist. I'll word the message basically like this. There's an event coming up. People like us are gonna fight each other. It's a spectator sports like gladiators. I've been invited to come. Who's coming with me?
You all get this message come through in your WhatsApp.
It's either today or tomorrow.
Almost all. Because,
Oh, you've blocked him, yeah.
yep.
Oh, you did? I can't think of a reason why. What happened to my camera? Hold on.
You are so
No,
lucky this is recorded.
All right.
Nahia is the one. I don't know if she'd be the first to respond, but she'd be like, "I'll be there." Like very, not even like, that's it. Just I'll be there.
That's cool. I appreciate that. Anyone? I text again. I double test. Is that it? Everyone up? Is that it? Is that everyone that's coming?
You get there's a reply that says, "What about the case?"
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna type this is related.
Doubtful, but perhaps I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put the Ishara James. I'm gonna put her name in the group and say Ishara James is the lady that runs it right here. Does this name mean anything to anyone?
Doesn't mean anything to any of you that you know.
Nope.
Okay. And as he sends that message, going through to each of your phones, the name Ishara James popping up on your phones with a ding on each of your phones. Camera's going to leave each of you, drifting out past the city, to way far away in an abandoned studio. Place that hasn't been used for a while. It's a figure in a costume, ragged now, worn out over the years. He's forgotten why he keeps wearing it. He's forgotten why he puts it on every day. He's forgotten the last time that he actually took all of it off. He sits in the warehouse, alone, his 3 blank glass eyes staring, and he doesn't know which are his eyes and which are the costume's eyes. As he does, there's a voice in the distance, calling for another Pookie fun time show. As Pookie stands and waddles his way out onto the stage to bathe in the blood once more. And that's where we're going to end things tonight.